Yep, we're doing this again. I'm just a little obsessed. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Alright, we're not quite in position because everything got moved, and we are doing this at night time, which I don't normally stream at night, so this is going to be interesting. We're going to have some funky lights. I think we'll be okay. I also should have put a plaster on because it kind of bit my cuticle before and it looks a bit icky. I wonder where my plasters are. Pretty sure I've got some in the room. I should have grabbed some of those before I started. I also have paper towels and tape next to me, so I can also DIY something, which I'm not opposed to. What are we looking on there? Yeah, it's a little noticeable, although we are going to be holding pencils. Trains. Okay. No, we'll cope. We'll cope. We've had worse nows before. Joys of anxiety. But yes, welcome back. We are indeed going live again. It is yet another day. No, it's not. It's a shame day. It's still Wednesday. It's now Wednesday evening. In fact, it's 9:30 at night. This is kind of ridiculous for me. I don't usually go live this late, but I am just so eager to get back to this. I've been enjoying this so much. I want to do more and more and more. So I was like, you know what? We're going to do it. I don't know if any of my regulars are awake. I don't know if anyone's even going to come and join us. I don't know, and that's okay. It's going to be what it's going to be. And we're just going to make do because I want to get more into this. I'm loving how this is progressing. Right, just updating my command to include plastic pens because we did use them. Now, project is updated. Ari, hello, hello. Yes, it's actually probably a semi-reasonable time for you. Let me zoom out a bit and then I should be all good. How are you, lovely? It's good to see you. yeah, I'm not normally live at this time, am I? But good times. Just too eager to get back to this, so I'm glad that we can go live. So we started this earlier today as a bit of a bonus stream. I freaking love how it's progressing. We were kind of experimenting a bit there with the background and trying to try a few new techniques out, and it's all worked really well so far. So I've just been sitting here during work and then my other duties that I do at night on Wednesday, and just been like, you know, I mod for a D&D live play show, so still great entertainment, always had a blast, but I was also sitting there going, I kind of want to work on it some more, And I was hanging out at the wonderful Cassie stream, and I was like, oh, I kind of want to work on it some more, and Cassie's like, you should. So we're live. Now I need to merge this whole window over here, because I still have open all my tabs from earlier. Let's just move this whole thing over here, and then I have all my tabs in one place. It's 11:30 and I just had breakfast with the family. Kids have summer holidays. I'm finally doing better. The new infusion therapy helps quite well. I'm so glad to hear that, Ari. Of course, it's summertime over there too. Oh, that's fabulous. I'm really glad to hear that it's working. Yeah, because I know you're quite looking forward to that as well. Makes a difference, eh? Like being on the right medication or having like the right process around you. So yeah. Right, now I need to figure out what we're progressing with. So we have a plan for the tulips, for these yellow flowers, for the crocuses down here, and then for the grape hyacinths. I still need to figure out like just the bog standard leaf color, but that might naturally come together as we work on these things too. I kind of want to do the grape hyacinths, but I also know that's going to need some very interesting color pools to pull it off. So we could do it. Ooh! Hello, lovely Cassie. I know what you were up to because it was gorgeous and I was there. Yay, Amy, night stream. I know it's a very rare event that we do a night stream. It's not the common. Kia ora in Raiders. If you are here and you haven't been in the lovely Cassie stream before, you should go and follow Cassie. She is a gorgeous Australian streamer who streams not only video games, including Sims, which has been our deep dive focus this week, but also colours, and has been working in Heavy Roseanne's Dark Fairy Tales and does some gorgeous work in there too. You should go and check Cassie out because it's amazing. So finish. Hello. Cassie forced us here, right? I mean, Hi. Welcome in, lovely. This is what I've been working on. So, as you can possibly see, we have a cat in a magical garden. We started this earlier today, and I'm kind of obsessed with how it's progressing. So I've been waiting to like get more into it. So I'm waiting to get back into it. So we did this rainbow, bokery, glittery background before, and now we're working our way around all the flowers, and then we will work on the cat. This book is called Leon's Journey by Kanoko Egusa. It is a Japanese colouring book and follows the adventure of a cat called Leon and some of his friends. We have styled Leon to look like Shadow, my cat, or technically my mum's cat, but I've kind of moved him and adopted him. So it will be a black cat that we're following with a little white marking on his chest. So that will be the last thing we colour. So we're working on some flowers, some plants, some bits and pieces, and yeah, slowly working away on this. How are you doing, Amy? Read that you were in hospital. I did go into hospital. I had a surgery 2 weeks ago, but I am doing really well. I had a hysterectomy 2 weeks ago, and it has helped immensely with a lot of pain. It was removed for endometriosis, and I am 2 weeks post-op, and I am doing amazing. And even though I'm 2 weeks post-op and I still am healing, I'm already noticing a reduction in some of that pain. So already a win, already noticing improvements. And it doesn't have to be a huge amount, just a little bit of gain is a little bit of gain, and I'm getting a little bit. And that's all I ask for. Looks like a black and white cat experiencing a lovely stardust. Look, we like glitter here. It's glitter. We're very PG here. It's glittery rainbow fairy happiness. It's like, you know, there's a page in here involving cats in an artistic space that is outdoors and wooden, and some may call it a deck. And because of my Kiwi accent, it's being misdrewn as something else. And I'm like, I'm being innocent here. Y'all are the ones with the problem here. It's definitely a boost book so far, in my opinion. Love that there's some small images in it. I am absolutely adoring it. And I haven't had much mojo for colouring lately. Like, I really fell into a bit of a colouring slump. So to get to this book, and I just started with the character introduction page, which is like one of my go-to techniques when it's a new page or a new book and it's got reoccurring characters. Like, do the character introduction page, and I just fell in love with the book, and I was like, okay, we're carrying on here. Sorry, I just got a question following my ice and duties. That's all the assets. I put it in there. It'd be nice if I put it in there. I might not have put it anywhere on there, which would be logical. Might have to message and say, we'll do this later. We'll do this later. Glitter is my favorite color. Glitter is my favorite color too. You can't go wrong with glitter. Oh, there we go. Character art. Right, that's not what I want to do. I don't want to open that. Hey, sorry, Han, I'm technically streaming, so I'm just going to send this as a voice message because it's way quicker. The largest that I have on my computer is a 13.3 megabyte, which isn't actually particularly large. However, I have the originals. I have the original that I can scan. I can do an uncompressed version. It just won't be right this second, obviously. Let me know if that's as big as you got, because I know there's a large and a small variant of it, and I might have said the small variant. If it's not 13.3 megabytes, then it's possibly the smaller version. But yeah, I can always make you a bigger version, because I've still got all the originals, so it's not an issue for me to slap that together. Second question, I'll have to figure that part out, because that becomes a little complicated with other factors. So give me some time to figure that part out, but you absolutely have the rights to do it. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. Needleberry, hello. Welcome in. Yeah, we're doing a late night stream. This is not the normal for me. But surprise, we're streaming. I'm just in a mood. I'm so excited to get to this. So what I was saying before I had to just take care of that message was I haven't really been feeling colouring lately. I had like this absolute dip in colouring and motivation to work on anything. And then I pulled out this page because I was just like trying to find something. I was colouring on stream, but I wasn't colouring off stream. And just this page got me so much. And I was thinking about this one all of last night. I barely slept because I was in such a creative mindset for it that this morning I got up, we streamed for about 6 hours, and we did all of this today. And this whole time I'm sitting here going, I need to do more, I need to do more, I need to do more. So yeah, I'm just eager to get back into this, to get some more done. So what I'm doing right now is I'm choosing some colours, and I have got a bit of a reference for this. We are trying to replicate certain flowers. So right now, what I am looking at is grape hyacinths, and that's what we're going to be putting on the side here. And the cool thing about this is being that purpley blue is it's going to bring this color down a little bit too, which is something that we're trying to do. So we've got a little bit of the purple coming down here. We've got crocuses, and we're going to bring some of the pinks down here, so to bring that across. These little bow flowers in here, we're going to bring the yellow across, and these tulips in here, we're going to bring the reds up. So it's going to help balance it a little bit as well, and just bring that color all across the page. So I am looking at a couple of references because I do have like specific colors in mind that I want to try and achieve, while also being like, it'll be what it'll be. So we want a bit of green. I don't think I think I want both those greens, to be honest. We can add more to it anyway. Yeah, so how are you going, Middleberry? It's lovely to see you again. It's nice to, the thing about streaming at night is I don't normally get to stream at this time, so we get all the friends that we don't normally get to see in at this time, which is cool. Well, not me, whatever time zone is here. Color is always my killer when I try to illustrate. You're a badass. Thank you. It's not my sketch. This is a coloring book, so it is an illustration by Kanoko Egusa, who is a fabulous illustrator. But I get to have the fun of coloring it, and I love color. Color is like my favorite part. So being able to go in there and color is just amazing. Okay, so we're going to have a couple of little shadows. It's not my usual setup. Again, I'm streaming at night instead of the day, so the light is a little different, but just excited to get back into this. So, keeping in mind, we've got a little reference. We want to have it more cooler at the bottom because that's how the flowers are, but it also matches the fact that we've got more light. This is sort of our light source up here. So they should be lighter at the top and cooler at the bottom. Got a bit of a top-down lighting source, and then they have darker flowers at the bottom, and some of them even have green as they go through. They have like little green bottoms sometimes. So we're going to start with some mauve, 249, and we've officially started, so committed. We might have to pull out the precious for this one. Luckily, I'm now working with an ink artist for the story I want to make. I write and do the rafts. I have inks, and hopefully we can find a colorist who joins the comic. Oh, that's so cool. I've always wanted to be a colorist for a comic, but because I color traditionally, obviously it's not particularly quick, and it's not quite, like, not necessarily for a comic, but for like a published book. I always thought it would be cool to be a colorist for it, but a lot of the time it's illustrators, so it's more like, you know, if an author writes a story, they look for an illustrator, and it's one person who does both the lines and the colors. So I would need to find a line artist to kind of pair up with and approach together and be like, they do the lines, I do the color or something. Yeah, plus also deadlines. Yeah, and the moment you take something that is a passion and turn it into a job, it's like, is it that fun anymore? What in your experience works best? What kind of colour pencils for Kanoko's books? I find the paper very smooth. I just adore polys, but that goes with my colouring style. I like doing, I don't normally like working only with Polychromos pencils or only pencils. You know me, I like to put a watercolour base or Inktense base or some sort of base for the pencils. But Kanoko's work is the exception, and a lot of my favourite pages in her books are just with Polychromos pencils, and just lots and lots of layers and gentle shading and building up those tones. Does take a lot longer and it's a lot harder, but I always love how they turn out. And it always surprises me how much I enjoy doing it. So yeah, that's what we've used so far down here, is just Polychromos pencils. And just lots of layers. But I do understand that their approach isn't for everyone. Right now it's a passion. We'll worry about success if it happens. Till then I'm going to make my story about a pun-based superhero names and make them deep. Fantastic. Passion project's where it's at. It's always exciting to see a project take off. Thanks for sharing. Never coloured, only follows, but want to try it sometime. I do, like, I can pull out my other Kanoko books to show you, but yeah, these just, it's, again, not my go-to. I am someone who likes to put down base layers and undertones and fill out the white with a layer of ink tints and then just do some pencil shading on top, and it's way quicker and yada yada yada. But something about Kanoko's work, it's like, nope, we're just going to work pencil and it's going to take hours. But I just enjoy it every time. I don't know what it is about her work. So for some reason my PC doesn't want to load the stream. No, time to restart. It's maybe your PC's like, you've just been doing too much, Casey. Honestly, I was trying to get into work today and it was not letting me into work. I had to do a reboot of both my laptop and my phone. It was the authorization app on my phone. For real, my PC's like, what's going on? You don't actually play games? You mean we did all this stuff, but we didn't do this stuff? My PC's probably like, what the hell is going on? Why are we still on at this point? I've usually curled up into bed and starting to wind down with videos, but I'm in the zone. I was saying in earlier today's stream, because yes, I did stream earlier today too. We've been on a kick at the moment. That like I feel almost a little manic. That's the only way I know how to describe it. And I've been through these before. It's like being on an absolute buzz or a high. And it's just like the creative juices are flowing. It's like color, 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 and it's all my brain is doing. And so this is when we do things like stream twice in one day or do crazy amount of colorings and stuff like that. Like the last time this happened, we did a double page spread in Kirby Rose Arms. And it happens, you know? I just go through these phases where it's like no coloring, oh, the coloring. We just roll with it. Sometimes you just gotta stream twice in one day. Exactly. Your reference flower is a favourite of my mum's. What's it called again? This is a Grape hyacinth is what we're looking at. They're very, very pretty. I am not a flower girly. I do not know. I had some wonderful people who helped me figure out all the flowers. And so I've had a massive thing open with all the different flower types on there. And I've been using them to try and create some interesting and deep flowers, basically. So far we've only done like the strawberry flowers and the snowdrops, and I've still got to go around these flowers with a little bit of white as well, like I did with the snowdrops. But now we're getting into the grape hyacinths, and then we also have a few other ones to get into, obviously. I'm really looking forward to, like, surprisingly, I think the bellflowers are just going to be plain yellow, but I think that's going to really pop. The crocuses are going to be fun though. There's a lot of really pretty colours in the crocuses, so that's going to be really cool. Alright, dark indigo. And more extenders. How have I already run out of extenders? I need to find more extenders. I know I have more somewhere. I mean, I've got these ones, but they are for prismas, not polys. I need more of the poly extenders. Oh, real handy if you just so happen to be in here. You're saying, come on universe, be nice to me. The universe was not nice to me. I genuinely have no idea where the other ones would be right now, so that's fine. It's fine. I guess we will pick out Payne's Grey. The same name in German? Oh. Good to know. I want to build a bouquet for my mum with origami, so it's good to know. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, we need you here at the same time as Ashley, Double A, who is one of our YouTube friends, who is more than likely asleep, hopefully asleep, because I think it's 2 AM there at the moment, so hopefully they're asleep. But they used to do sugar flowers on top of wedding cakes, so they were a great help with trying to figure out some of the flowers earlier, as was the wonderful Yana and Zoe. Very much appreciate all the flower help, because again, I just look at flowers and go, ooh, pretty. No idea. No idea. And of course, like a lot of okay. I have one called small. Okay, cool. Okay. That's later on. That's later on. Put the phone out of reach so I don't look at it and try and get distracted. I was going to say words. What was I saying? This is a good start. Oh, yes. I was looking at Ari's comment with the German word I'm not even going to try and pronounce. And say that sometimes flowers here too, in Tereo. So, like, you know, I could also know a flower like Kofai flowers, which are these gorgeous yellow flowers, and Kofai is Tadeo Famari, but they're not Kofai flowers for the rest of the world, but that's how I know them, so, yeah. Perfection, yeah, we came back. We came back. I'm addicted. I can't help it. I'm just so excited to get back to it. I'm just also very grateful that you're all hanging out here at this time, because I know it's not my regular time. It's like a really, like, it's nearly 10 p.m. It is 10 p.m. It's 9:58 p.m. It's basically 10 p.m. Like, I know this is ridiculous times for me, so appreciate your being here. Alright, I should bring you in a bit too. It's not going to work. Oh, there we go. Just a bit delayed. So yeah, this is what we're working on at the moment, our Grape hyacinth. So I've used so far a bit of Delft Blue, which is 141. I've used Mauve, 249. And I'm using, I think it's Light Violet or Parma Violet. It's one of the violets, 136. We're also going to work some Deep Indigo, some Payne's Grey, some Cool Greys, and possibly even a little bit of like a pastel blue. Yeah. I'm so happy because I've been sleeping through your streams. Yeah. I'm glad that you can pop in here. Again, it's not the times I would normally stream, but it's fun. And like, I know I do have some people that can't come to regular streams because of the time zone, so I would like to do like a stream per week where I do stream at night, but I often don't have energy at this time. I'm often like dead on my feet and ready to go to bed, so it's just a fluke that we're ready to go tonight, and that's why the night streams are rare. But I do like it when I can. Yeah, I want to make my Mama, congratulations, your amazing bouquet. She's older, but it's so vibrant. I want to grace you with flowers. I love that so much. That is so sweet. Origami, obviously a wonderful way to go. There's also on, I know on Etsy and stuff, though just be careful because there are some, you want like a proper crochet artist, not, you know, just people importing them, because importing them is a thing now. But you can get people that do like crochet flower commissions where they actually like crochet bouquets of flowers and stuff like that. Which is very, very cool. If I still did crochet, that's what I would do. I do like custom crochet bouquets. Because I think that's really cool. And as somebody who's like allergic to flowers, I think that'd be a really cool way to get a bouquet. And they wouldn't die like a regular bouquet, which is also quite lovely. Mama Berry is worth my effort. Always love that. Love that so much. Mamas are definitely worth it. My mum definitely needs. I need to give her a little something. Or do a little something. She's had to do a lot lately. Kiwi mum deserves all our love. Because of course with the surgery she was like, she became primary carer. And it's a lot when, you know, you're not like, you're limited in your capabilities as well. It's like when she got ill and I basically became primary carer for a while there. It's like, you do the best you can. It's like together we function as one person. So right now, like, the big thing is she's still having to do all the dishes. Although I think I'm at a point where I could probably stand for a while now, so start trying to get some dishes done. But she's also doing like all of the cooking and stuff like that. And it's a lot, you know? So, yeah. Background like this is something I want to try, but with ink tints, but I'm scared I'll mess it up. Nah, I don't think it's the type of background you can mess up, because it's done by being messy. Like, the point is to be messy. Yeah, I did the background with Neocolor 2's originally, Cassie, so you don't have to do it with ink tints. You could do it with basically like a watercolor, or like watercolor pencils, or you could do the technique where you use the water-based markers, but use them as a watercolor. So you color on a palette and then pick up it and use it as a watercolor itself. So yeah, like, it's just about getting a color down. And it's not even like you want a smooth blend. Like, I intentionally didn't even blend it smoothly because I don't want a smooth blend. I want it splotchy because it adds to that bokeh effect. And then it's just taking the paint pens, dot, 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 and then dab, dab, dab. Yeah. I was helping her move recently and I found she cut into a small shelf and made when I was 12. Oh, that's so cute. I went to sleep and you were live, and now I'm woken and you're still live. I've actually just gone live again, jeez. I went live, I stopped live, I went to work, I had dinner, I did Wednesday night duty, and now I'm live again because I'm like, I want to do more. I have been sitting here going, I want to do more, I want to do more, I want to do more. And so we're doing more. So yes, welcome back to stream Wonderful Colouring Bumblebee. This is a problem when I just get in the zone, is we do things like stream for 14 hours of a day. but I love how it's looking. Like, look at it. Like, I freaking love how it's turning out. So, you know, I was just itching to get back to it. Yeah. I just love the rainbow glitter background. But we were talking earlier too, because in this book, not saying that we're going to jump to another page in this book after we finish this page, but there is, oh no, it might be a bit further on than that. I should have bookmarked it. I said it last time too, I should have bookmarked it. I thought it was around here. There's another page in this book. I don't think it was that far back. It's got like letterbox. Oh, there it is. So close. This here. And this will be another one where I think we can do a similar style background but with different colours. And do the same idea but do like, I was saying like peacock colours would be really pretty. So doing like pinks, purples and emeralds and blues for the background, and then doing like pinks for the flowers and like the birds, and yeah, just working slightly different colours but the same idea for the background. I think it's going to look amazing too. So I'm not going to say we're going to jump immediately to that page next, but I'm also like, I want to also work on that page now. But we have to finish this one first. We've got a lot of flowers to colour first. So heading to the shower again, starting with the day. Have fun, everyone. Thank you, Ari. It's so good to see you. Have a wonderful day. I'm so glad to hear things are going better too. So hopefully we'll catch you again soon. So our time zone should sync back up soon, which is great. Would a Kirby be a perfect book to test it? I have the UK version of all the books. I would say it would work in a Kirby one. It's finding something where you think this background, like you've got space to produce a background. And there's definitely some pages where you could do a bit of a background behind it. Think I'm ready to start simming? Yeah. If I wasn't doing this right now, I'd be watching videos of sim builds or possibly building myself. Although I didn't open the Sims yesterday and I haven't opened the Sims today, so you know, I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know. Just a note. Just a note. Bit more mauve over these bottom ones because they are quite a bit of a darker purple compared to the rest. Like it does gradiate up with colour. I'll bring you back in because I just realised that we zoomed back out again. I should leave it on that one, and then I know when I press back to 0 it will be fine. Okay, leave it there. That makes it easy. I do need to find more extenders. This is going to be a problem. I just have no idea where they are. They'll be around here somewhere. Page looks amazing. Thank you, Colouring Bumblebee. I appreciate that. A little bit of Payne's Grey. Not a lot, because I don't really want to make them grey purple, but I do want to indicate a little bit more of a cooler shadow, so yeah. You needed a break? That's so valid. I'm still watching quite a bit of content. Not so much now YouTube videos, but more watching like Twitch live streams. I found so many more streamers who have been playing The Sims and been playing the new pack. So I've been watching quite a few new streamers. Because it's been trying to find people who are building with the pack, because I don't want the gameplay of the pack spoiled for me. I'd rather discover the gameplay of the pack myself, but I like seeing people building with the pack and seeing what they build. It's so cute though. I want to build a fairy and go live in a fairy house in a cottage. It's probably what's influenced this page a little bit. Let's face it, these very hard fairy core vibes on this page. And I am here for it. Wait, did you end up getting the fairy pack? No. No, I did not get the fairy pack yet, Cassie. Still want it, but no, I have not got it yet. I'm going to spend all day tomorrow doing laundry, finally finish Clear Obscura, maybe some illustration. Oh, that sounds lovely. Like, good on you getting the chores done, but also sounds like a good day. You put on washing earlier, be right back. Yo, yes, washing check, everybody. Does anybody have laundry in the machine that they need to go and take care of? Good time to do a bit of a washing check-in. Have we taken our meds? Have we had our water? I think maybe if I add a little bit of blue to the bottom. So we are getting quite heavy on the purple, but there's definitely like a blue tint to these flowers. They're so pretty. They're such pretty flowers. As you know, what would have been a good colour for these flowers? I was saying when I use the Neocolors, these that periwinkle blue colour. That would have been a really good base colour. If we were basing. God, I need to clean up around here. There's so many things around here. Okay. Keep popping in and out the pencils. Keep changing the pencils. Why do I gotta remember to play a French style JRPG? Hey, well done. Well done. You know, if it makes you happy, that's all we care about. I always find periwinkle is a colour that is lacking in most pencil and marker sets. Yeah, that's why I found it so fascinating when I was using this earlier for the background. And it was my first time playing with this new set, and there's this beautiful periwinkle blue colour. Like, it's quite purpley, but it does have a very beautiful blue undertone. And I was like, I need to find somewhere to use this colour, because that is such a beautiful colour. Didn't quite work in the background here, but I'll find a reason to use it. And that one's just, this is the 40 set of Neocolor Boost, so it's in the 40 set. I don't know if it's in any other sets, because that's my set. That's the wrong pencil. I want more of the blue, just to make a little bit more blue tint. But that's also why I love like Polychromos, because I can just layer and layer and layer. Build up those tones and tint and be like, right, we need to go a little bit more blue here, we need a little bit more grey here. So after multiple streams about discussing pizza, I did cave and have pizza for dinner tonight. I did actually I didn't make a dinner. I've been saying all day that it's one of those days where I just don't want to think about food and I don't want to prep food. I just want food to occur. So we had a cup of soup for breakfast, and we had like a ramen. We had a tom yum inspired noodle soup for lunch, and I wasn't a huge fan of that. And so when it came to dinner time, I was hungry during work, so I just used like a pre-made frozen meal. So it's been a lot of instant food today, which is not something I would normally do, but it's just a day. It's a weird day. Anyway, I made that, barely even touched the sides. I had that during work because I was so hungry, because I'm not eating much else except for the 2 soups. And then it got to the end of work and I was like, I'm still hungry. So I went out and my mum and my brother was visiting and I was like, hey, I'm going to go pick up a pizza. Does anyone else want pizza? And they're like, oh, yep, we'll take pizzas too. So we picked up pizzas. And now it's so good. Especially having talked about pizzas so much lately. Grey, though Payne's Grey is quite good of a colour here. I actually want deep indigo. I want to start bringing in a bit more of the blue. Really amplify this blue tone in the bottom because yes, it's purple, but they're also blue and we really want to try and bring some of that blue down as well. Bring down these sort of, it's just off screen, the colours that we're kind of trying to bring down is like this area here where we've got this purpley blue. That's sort of the colour we want to bring down. I was so done with today. I made a grilled cheese sandwich and tomato soup. Simple and delicious. Sometimes that's all you need, right? Like that was me at breakfast time. I was like, I don't even want to think. I don't want to deal. It's like cup of soup. It's all I wanted. And so I had a cup of soup for breakfast. And then it came to lunchtime, it's the same thing. It's like, I don't want to think, I don't want to deal, I just want something hot. So I was like, cool, this will do. So, yeah, vibes. Sometimes it's just the vibes. Sat down at my desk and now to colour for the day. What are we colouring? Tell me all about it. What's the plans? What are we working on? Honest to God, I love soup. It's one of my favourite foods. And I know, like, a lot of people are like, but soup? And I'm like, honestly, I love a good soup. And it comes in so many varieties and so many textures. And also, technically, ramen is a soup. Technically, fruit salad is a fruit. Yogurt is a cold, coagulated soup. You know, coffee is just bean soup. A lot of things are soup. You can argue a lot of stuff is a soup. As long as I can argue those things are soup, I could live on a soup diet because a lot of things can be soup. I'm finishing off the carousel page in Alice in Wonderland Colouring Heaven. Oh, yes. Oh, I'm excited to see that. It's a gorgeous page. I keep meaning, like, that's another one of those issues where every time I see someone do, like, an Alice in Wonderland or fairy tale theme, I'm like, I should really pull out that issue and do another page in it. And I just never get around to it. But it's a good issue. Cereal is breakfast soup. Exactly. Ice cream is frozen soup. You can argue a lot of things are soup. So, yeah. Soup is a good food. One could even argue something like jelly is just, again, coagulated soup. Doesn't make it sound particularly appetizing when you describe it that way, but just saying you could doesn't mean you should, but just saying you could. Christine of Sync Colours and I have been really obsessed with this book recently. Oh, that's great. It's good to see it get some love because it's like a really beautiful illustration book. And I don't think like I love Colouring Heaven and being able to discover all these new wonderful illustrators, but then sometimes they get some really good illustrators, but they just don't get the hype that, you know, some of the bigger names get. And it's like, it's a shame because their work is gorgeous and I'd love to see a lot more of it. But it's really cool for discovering a lot of new illustrators that I probably never would have seen or heard of. So I do kind of miss that I don't get Colouring Heaven here, and I'm like, do I just sign up for a subscription? But then there's been a lot of issues lately where I haven't been interested and I just want to get certain issues, so yeah. And I still wouldn't get the Pocket Edition, which is the one that I like the most, and so I have to buy that one separately, or the a lot of the collection ones are the ones that I like too, so it's like, yeah, the last few months have been pretty good though, with a lot of the ones that they've been putting out, and I'm like, it's making me think maybe I do need to, or I just need to go in the shop and buy a few, particularly if they do a big sale. But yeah, the Pocket issues in particular. I'm also just hesitant because, like, getting it from England and shipping it all the way to New Zealand and knowing how flimsy those magazines are. Yeah, but I mean, I still buy quite a few digital copies of their magazines. I wish more were available digitally, though I do understand why they aren't. But it's cool to see that they are putting some of the Pocket issues up, so I'm looking forward to more of the Pocket issues becoming available as well. So yeah, the fact that they list quite a few digitally is just, it's quite cool. I just got the Woodland Whimsy Pocket Edition. It's so freaking cute. It looks so adorable. And I just saw the flip through for, I can't remember the new one, but it's like portraiture. It's grayscale portraiture, and it just looks really good too. Yeah. Now I really did like when the store, there used to be a store under where I lived that sold Colouring Heaven. So I just popped down there and grab it, and I would get both the magazine, the specials, and the collections. And I ended up just getting every issue, even though I didn't necessarily want every issue. But then I started viewing it like a collection, and at the time I didn't have a lot of other places where I could buy colouring books, so it was like one of my main colouring book purchases. Now I know a few other places where I can get colouring books, but more. But the store's no longer there anyway, so solve that one. The realistic babies freak me out. That's also valid. That's super duper valid. Back. I didn't get to hear your answer to my question if Kirby would be the perfect book to test in. My mum is sick with the flu. I'm taking care of her. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. There's a lot of the flu going around lately, actually. And yeah, I think you could pull this off in a Kirby book. You see you got the UK, which means you got the smoother white paper. Just choosing a page where you've got the background space to do your blend. And I can think of like a lot in like the Imagine Morphia series, for example, where you've got, you know, the animals with the doodles, and then you've got all that empty space around them. Like, I could see it working in that. You're thinking Mythomorphia? Yeah, I could definitely see it in Mythomorphia for anything. Again, it's just having some space in the background to pull off the bokeh effect. It's just blend, polka dots, fingers. You can only try. Like, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and you could always just paint over it too. As I was saying when I first tried to do this earlier, I was like, well, if it doesn't work, we'll just paint over it. But you never know, you might discover a new technique along the way that you actually quite enjoy. Okay, first problem, we have a section that should have been green. So this is kind of a similar pencil colour, and we're just going to use it to fill in this little area and in there. It's not a perfect match, but it's close enough that I think we'll get away with it. Cherry books handle water mediums pretty well. I've only used Inktense activated water in Alien World so far. Yeah, the UK the UK paper does handle ink tints pretty well. I mean, the American paper handles it well. I've got a mixture of both across several paper types. And honestly, I've never had a problem with ink tints paper in there before. The smoothness of the UK paper, I think, should work quite well. It's very similar to this sort of paper in terms of smoothness. Not identical, but there is a similarity to it. So, but yeah, I know ink tints does work well in Kirby. So it's just literally a blend of colour and then paint pen on top. It's just going for it, and it's going to look messy and it's going to look splotchy, but that's kind of the point. It's looking at it from far away. Yeah, I do love how it turned out. And again, you know the rules. If in doubt, glitter it out. If really in doubt, paint it out. I've wanted to try things for a while now, but I keep not doing it as I'm worried about ruining the page, and I know it would be perfect, but it's imperfection. Yeah, letting go of perfectionism is definitely a struggle. I'm very much the opposite, and I'm just like, we try it, who cares? Because there's always another page to colour. There's always another book. And something that you colour and you think, wow, I love this. This is perfect. I couldn't have coloured this any better. It's perfection itself. 4 years down the road, you'll look at it and go, oh, I could have done so much better. I've got so many more skills now, because we're always growing and developing. So my theory is, let's just have fun with it, because no matter how I colour, I'm going to look back at pages and go, yeah, I could do better than that now. So, you know, because your skills change and you develop and you grow and your style changes and your taste changes. So, yeah. And also with colouring books, like, we have, not every colorist has piles and piles of colouring books, but I know a lot of the colorists here have quite a number of colouring books. So, like, you've got more pages to colour. It's not the end of the world if a page doesn't work out. You're going to learn something along the way. You're going to grow and develop as an illustrator and an artist. So, just try it out, because you never know. It might work out, and you might have a new favourite technique. And if it doesn't work out, you might figure out along the way why it didn't work out for you. But if you don't try the new technique, you'll never know if you like the new technique, and you'll never know if that's what's going to work for you. Now, I don't really encourage it, but to be perfectly honest, if you really, really hate the page, you can just rip it out of the book. Heck, you can even buy a replacement book if you really, really have to. But also, just embrace the mistakes. And you never know, like, if something turns out really hideous 3 or 4 years down the line, you might be like, actually, I've got some ideas on how to fix this now, or I can change this, or I can improve on this. So, yeah. I always say, if you don't like how something turns out, you can turn the page and move on. Exactly. There's always another page. I mean, I will pull up my spreadsheet that shows you exactly how many pages I have to colour. I have more than enough pages to, if something doesn't work out, turn the page. Because there's always another page. But especially with, like, the rise of social media and colouring on social media, I do understand the pressure to be like the perfect colourist and produce beautiful things and always do things to a certain level, but you're not gonna, like, it's not always going to be top tier. Like, yes, I'm producing this right now, but this isn't always how my colouring looks. And it doesn't mean that my other colouring isn't just as valid. It doesn't mean that the colouring where I just pull out super tits and colour in a Vitro style Disney colouring book and just colour in the squares one colour loosely with markers isn't just as valid. Sometimes you need a bit more simplicity. Sometimes you need a little bit of a challenge. I've been blending gel pens and markers, but I'd like to improve my water skills. Yeah. And like water skills takes a while too, but doing something like this where you're going more abstract and it can be messy is definitely a bit easier, because I still don't consider myself a great watercolorist. I'm still learning a lot with watercolor and water mediums, but I can do an abstract background because it's just smushing colors together, and I can smush colors, and I'm pretty confident you'll be able to smush colors too. And that's all this background is just smush colors and then paint pen on top. There's stuff in Mythomorphia that I'm going to go back and fix at some point, because I know how to do that now and I didn't before, and I thought they were just ruins. Exactly. I've never truly ruined a page. I've had some disasters. I had a page where the page half stuck together and lifted, and I had all these rips and tears in it. Still managed to save that page. I had to get creative. I had to put it on the shelf and walk away from it for almost a year because it was so ripped and so damaged, and I was like, how the heck am I going to fix this one up? Hopefully ink tints and gel pens work together. Yeah. Ink tints first and then gel pens afterwards. Absolutely should. I like the way, like sometimes when you use watercolor pencils, they can leave a little bit of a film on top, where I feel like ink tints sink into the page better. So it produces like a drier surface that gel pens activate better on, if that makes sense. How many pages do you have left in Mythomorphia? I can tell you. I'm close. Very close. Let's sort by book completion. Technically I have 2 books that are more completed than Mythomorphia now. I'm at 77.6%. It's saying about 20 pages. I think it's actually a little less than that. Might need to update. I have the inside title, which is a repeat of Griffin. The book belongs to double page spread. The hippogriff total double page spread. Mountain Troll, Ogre, Sphinx, Phoenix, Kitten, Anubis, Basilic, Arcane, the Cockatrice, and the Harpy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 pages, and that's including 2 pages for double page spreads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 individual spreads. So in theory, if I did one a month, I'd be done in a year. If I did like 4 in a month, I'd be done by the end of the year. But I also don't want to put my pressure on myself to like feel like I have to complete the book. I've got really burnt out in Mythomorphia, and I'm kind of at a point where I'm stuck with what pages are left. But it has been a good while since I've flipped through Mythomorphia, so I might sit down and have a look at it and just see if anything kind of stirs with the pages that are left, and then maybe it'll be time to go back to Mythomorphia. I did a few with Cindy before Dark Fairy Tales was released, so I did get quite a few more done by then. But yeah, I was definitely getting a little like burnt out on Mythomorphia by the end there again. I have such fond memories of all the buddies we did in there when you were trying to complete it in 2023. I did so many with you in there in 2023. Honestly, so many in there. I think I did 12 in 1 month, like 12 spreads in it in 1 month. That was like, I think it was like March Kirby Madness or something that I did. But yeah, I did a lot of spreads. But yeah, same thing. I kind of burnt myself out doing it, and that's why I haven't really pressured myself to go back to it, because I am aware that I am very burnt out in Mythomorphia, and I know how close it is. Again, there's still a little bit. It's not like I could finish it in a month, but like it's close. But I also don't want that pressure. I haven't got a single completed colouring book. I have 3 books now that are at the like 75% and higher, and 2 of them are above 80%. So, you know, like I have a few books that are getting really close to being done, but doesn't mean I'm gonna push to do them just for the sake of doing them. It's like my Colouring Heaven Fledgling Fairies. It is my most completed book. It is over 90% now. I have 4 images left in it, 5 or 4 images, and like I could do that in a month. They're just single-sided images and they don't take long. I could finish that book in a month. I'm not going to push myself to do it. Yeah, I remember that month. Yeah, I'm hoping to finish my first ever book this year with Mythical Minis. Yeah, it's actually, there's a lot of people that are very close with Mythical Minis too, so it's awesome. I just got Mythical Minis, so I'm like behind. But I'm not going to rush to complete that one. I actually ended up doing a lot in the Monster Minis. I quite like that one. I do want to get the Zodiac Minis too, to join you for your Zodiac one. Mythomorphia is such a long-term project with a buddy on Facebook. We're still working on the same 2 pages all year. Hey, that's valid. You know, sometimes you need longer on a buddy too. I have enjoyed kind of putting a pause on buddies and just trying to find the joy again in colouring for me. So I think for the moment I'm just going to kind of keep buddies on pause. Because I haven't even been colouring in like any of my group pages or anything like that. I need to basically find the joy for me for colouring. And I'm realising that, like, I know buddies are really wonderful for a lot of people for getting pages done if they're not sure what they want to colour, but I usually know what I want to colour. So I think what I'm going to try and do next month, because I am going to make sure I do completed pages. I haven't done one in 3 months, so there'll be completed pages, a mammoth completed pages over 3 months. And I will make sure I put up a plans video of what I want to colour. And then if anyone wants to join me for any pages, that's all good. But I'm not going to do like anything where I connect with people on certain pages. I'm just going to be like, this is what I want to colour, and if you want to join me, cool. But if you don't, that's also cool. But this is what I plan to colour. Yeah. All my buddies are long term with no time limit. That's a really good way to do it too. I'm finding pages so fun, and sometimes I have to resist my colouring more in a month. Yeah, I could see doing that, because when I... Where is it? It should be in here. One of the massive piles around here. There's a lot of piles around here. Honestly, I've got so many piles of things to colour out. So I got sent 3 of the Camellia and Jacobra books, and they're my first ever Camellia and Jacobras. So I got sent Woodland Minis. Oh look, these are my extenders. Ha-ha! Beautiful. Beautiful. Piles and piles of extenders. We needed those. Oh, that works well. Alright. So I got sent Mythical Minis, which I have done 1 in. I got sent Woodland miniatures, which I have completed 1 in, and I've got 1 with in here. Or did I not complete one in here? No, I'm sure I completed 1 in here. Yeah, I did, because I did this one. And then I got 1 alcohol markered. But before surgery, because I knew I was going to be, well, we thought at the time I was going to spend 2 weeks in bed. And I knew I couldn't lift my alcohol marker tub because it's too heavy, and I have so many random old markers. And so what I was doing was a 5 marker sort of challenge where this is a really great example, this one here. So I have this big tub of random alcohol markers, and I would just dive into the tub, pull out 5 colours, and that's what I did to colour in the page. So each of these monsters is its own 5-colour palette, and those are the 5 colours I pulled out. So for this one being monsters, it worked really well. So pre-surgery, I went in and we did a bunch of just alcohol markers, just flat colour alcohol markers down, and then just any page that kind of inspired me. And then when I was in hospital, I was just adding in a little bit of shading and a little bit of detail and finishing off the pages. Now I've still got a few more to finish off because I didn't quite make it through everyone. That one I just did some lines around. I wasn't really in the vibes to shade that one for some reason. But yeah, it was great, and this has been really good for when I was not feeling well. I also didn't really want to shade that one, so I just did like lots of scribbly sparkly gel pens. But yeah, I've still got, I think that's where I was up to. So I've still got quite a few more base, because we did base quite a few of them before I went in to the hospital. That was the last one we based. Yeah, so I've still got a few more to shade, but that was really cool. That was a really cool idea, and because this one's monster, it's like you can do whatever colors you want, so it worked really well for like a weird 5-color marker pool. And now I kind of want to do that with the whole book, where I just kind of pull 5 markers and that becomes my palette, and that's how we color in that book. So yeah, that one I've done a lot in, but that was because of the pre-surgery prep, thinking I would be longer in bed and that would be an easy one to colour while I was in bed, and then I was barely in bed. So yeah. So yeah, because most of my buddies are pages I wanted to colour in myself already, but I still feel the pressure. Yeah. I've been feeling a bit overwhelmed this month with all my buddies. I kind of want to only have a couple next month to take the pressure off and find the joy again. I think it's actually a really good thing to do. That's kind of why I've just sort of gone, okay, no buddies. Like, again, the last couple of months I haven't really done a lot anyway. I hadn't been colouring outside of stream, and then there was even streams I didn't colour. This is the first time in about 3 months that I've been like, I want to colour. And so because of that, I don't want to jump into doing a bunch of buddies and feeling pressure and commitment when I'm still finding my way again. So that's why we're gonna just not really take any buddies next month. Again, I'll do a plans video and say this is what I'm kind of feeling like colouring, and if anyone wants to join me, cool. But also, you know, it's a plans video. It's not a like task list. It's a shopping list. We'll work it. Doesn't mean I'm going to get everything on the list. A Panda book and the I'll message you to join it. Yeah, I don't know if Hannah's going to be there next month, to be honest. It's not the vibes I'm feeling right now. I feel like Kanoko's going to be there. I feel like I kind of feel like maybe one of my Tommy Miko Japanese books. A couple of my Japanese books actually kind of want to work in there. I'm feeling very cutesy animal vibes. That's kind of the vibes right now. Cutesy animal vibes is what I'm feeling. And yes, there are some cutesy animals in Panakalzen, but it's not the specific realistic animals, cutesy animal vibes, if that makes sense. Or the like super cartoony, if that makes sense. Yeah. I'm always so ambitious with my plans. It's a shopping list. It's not a task list. It's a shopping list. I do the plans videos because when you have 300 plus colouring books, when you feel like colouring, you don't know what to colour, and you've got 300 plus options, you're gonna get decision fatigue. You cannot make that many decisions in that short amount of time. But if you have a list of 20, it's like, oh, I can choose between 20. Like, 20 is still a lot, but it's a lot easier to work for a decision than it is to work for a decision of 300 options. So yeah, that's why I do plans videos. It's, again, doesn't mean it's a task list. Sometimes we go off task, sometimes we go off the shopping list, you know. It's I'd like to do all these. It's a shopping list. Things will happen. As you walk around the grocery store, you'll remember things you put on the list that weren't meant to be on the list, and things you forgot to put on the list. And sometimes you'll come across store specials that weren't on the list at all, but, you know, and then you forgot to get that impromptu chocolate bar. And you will undoubtedly forget the milk. It's fine. I think that this book will be in there. Yeah, there's a good chance this book will be in next month's plans perfection. There's a good chance. That being said, I might, like, do that third page and then be like, nah, I'm done, and want to move on to, God, who knows? Who knows? I just vibe. I just go with the vibes. I say this, and by the time next month rolls around, I might be like, nah, over it. I don't want to do anything but a colour by numbers. I don't even own a colour by numbers. I want to go out and buy a colour by numbers and just colour in a colour by numbers. That's all I want to do. Or I might go, nah, I don't want to colour at all. We're going to do a whole month of making clay items. Or, nah, I don't want to colour. Here's my creations in The Sims. Sorry for the laggy footage. My computer doesn't actually like me recording The Sims, but I really wanted to show you all my Sims stuff. I don't know if I'm doing buddies because I don't like the pressure I put on myself, or nope, I'm playing The Sims. Yeah. Or nope, I'm not doing any of this. I'm doing original art and playing D&D. So I pick 10 books a month to pick from if I don't know what to colour. Exactly, perfection. It's a shopping list. Yeah. I've still got a bunch of books for my summer randomizer that I want to colour in next month. I really need to do a full page in Leon's journey. I've only done the character page so far. Yeah. It's a good character page though. Like, it's a good page to establish. I'm also just realising we did it on purpose. Like, where's my colour tracker? I need to make sure this stays with it. You know, want to finally start Naoko I have an Instagram group for Naoko, and I am several pages behind in my own group for Naoko. So I need to get on to Naoko. But that being said, a lot of us are behind in Naoko, and it's not really a high pressure group. So basically, I choose a page for 2 months. It's a 2-month page. 1 page for 2 months, because this is a detailed book. We did do a 2-month for a double page spread, but I said in future if it's a double page spread, we're doing 3 to 4 months. So we've got this summer treehouse one that is in progress, so I need to finish. And then this one here of them washing with the bubbles, that was a pick. And then there's been a recent pick as well. I actually got other people to pick because I was like, I'm in hospital, someone pick for me please. Forgot to pick before I went into hospital. I think it's actually another one from the summer season. It's one where they've got like floral crowns and it's just their faces. It's super cute. Maybe it's spring. Yeah, it's spring. It's this one here. So that's the current July-August spread. But I think only 1 or 2 people have even done the bubbles ones, and then I don't think many people have done the treehouse one. I know some people are still working on the pirate one, which is another one we did in the group. So a lot of us, like, again, it's very, very chill, and that's how I want to run it. It's like, cool, here's like what you could work on, but also like you don't have to do what you want. So I might just, like, for August, after August, I might say September, we'll just do like a catch-up month, so that October we could do the Halloween page, or maybe we'll do, I don't know, I feel like the Halloween page is a big double page spread though, so yeah. Well, there are some shorter ones, and there's that one, so we could do that one for October, November. But see, it should be really August. It should be September, October for the Halloween one, and then October, and then November, December for the Christmas one. So yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out. That's future problems. I don't care. It's a very chill group, but it's there if you need like, if you want the like little bit of info. There's some really gorgeous pages that are posted in there when they are posted. It's also a very quiet group, which I actually also really appreciate, because I'm not a big, I find big active groups quite overwhelming now on Instagram. I get too many messages, so I really love the group because it's like dead, if that makes sense. It's not dead, but it's dead. But it's not dead, it's just, it's very quiet, and I love it. Oh, yeah. I love big group buddies because there's less pressure to finish the page if you're not feeling it. Exactly, Jess, and that's very much it. Zoe, welcome back. Yeah, we're back. I couldn't help it. I love the Halloween page. I love the Halloween pages in there. I wanted to do that big double page spread, and if I'd planned out carefully, but again, I just clicked now, and I should have thought about it, because I should have clicked that, you know, we're doing July, August, and then September, October, and that would have been 4 months, and I should have pushed, or should have said, let's do the double Halloween page spread over the next 4 months, so we've got plenty of time to work on the spread. I could still put forward the double page spread for October, but it might seem like a lot, so I might put it to the group and say, would we like to do this page, because this is such a fabulous, but it is a double page spread, and I would normally say, you know, give us a bit longer than 2 months, because we do a single page for 2 months, so I don't want to put a double page spread on 2 months again. Yeah, I appreciate a group that's not constantly buzzing with notifications, yeah. But I also appreciate a group where you can get into a good chat as well, so it's like, yeah. I don't know, groups are fun, and I freaking love Kanoko, and it's one of the books that I've looked at and gone, I could finish every page in this book. I could finish every page in Kanoko as well. I'm pretty confident I could finish every page. I think there's maybe 1 or 2 pages where I'm a little bit more like, it's not my favorite, but I still love, like, you know, like the pages are gorgeous. Like this one here, like something like that. It's not really my favorite thing in the world, but I could still color it, and I could see coloring it, you know. Yeah, basically these ones where it's like just big flowers and ribbons, but then again, I could still see coloring it, so it's not like, there's not a lot of wallpaper pages in this book, which I appreciate, because some of your other books have a lot of wallpaper pages. Honestly, probably the advent calendar is the one page that I'm the least excited to colour, because it's just so black. That would probably be the one page I'm like, I don't really want to colour that one too much. But yeah, I could see me colouring every page in this book too. So I wonder if there's a Leon's Journey group. Do I need to make a Leon's Journey group? I remember I started the Kanoko Egusa double page Halloween spread review, Amy, and ended up finishing it next year with Zoe. Oh my gosh, I know the one you're meaning. You're meaning the one that we call the Law of Murphy's Law. Oh my god, that was one of my favourite ever spreads that I've coloured on stream. And that's not because of how it turned out. Like, I look at that spread now and I'm like, my god, I could have pushed the shading so much more. I could have done so much more. It was a dedicated page of love. I'm going to get the book just so you can see what I'm talking about while I think about this. Okay. Symphony of Cute Animals, another amazing Kanoko Egusa book. Oh, no, not that one. That one was A Buddy with Perfection. This one started out, I think it started out as A Buddy with You, Jess, didn't it? Or was it just we happened to be colouring it at the same time? Cannot remember. But this big double page spread here, which has been, again, done with Polychromos pencils. No base layer. Polychromos pencils. And this one took a long time. I did 99% of it on stream. I believe we added it up to, and it was 122 hours that went into this spread. Now, I was on stream and I talk a lot on stream, so, you know, I kind of factored in a little bit for that, but then I was also doing little bits outside of stream, so, but yeah, it was a big labour of love, this one. But one of the reasons why it was my favourite ever page that I've coloured on stream is because we came up with a story for what's going on here, and it added so much to the page. Now, I have a video where I actually recorded this law, because I was like, I'm going to forget the law of Murphy's Law. But this is Murphy. He's a detective. It's a murder mystery. I remember that this was the partner, and this is, I want to say Sir Worthington III, like fancy dude. It's their Halloween party, and then there's like a corrupting force that's going on, and everyone's blaming the fox, and there's a murder mystery that goes on, but it's not the fox that did it. And then Duck's sisters that are also witches, and there's like a secret underground magic code thing going on. I need to watch the video again to remember the specific lore, but we basically broke it down into 3 long books of what's going on from this one page, and that was what was so special about it, was as a community coming together to build this story and this lore of what's going on in this book. And that was so fun, and I loved that part, because of course being a DM and telling stories, working with this chat to make a story with a picture was just everything to me. So that's a very special page to me. I'm gonna have to get a Neocolor book, aren't I? Cassie, I mean, if you wanna. I'm sorry, and you're welcome. Dabla D, oh my goodness, how are you? Oh my goodness, welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, gonna go grab the iPad, be right back. Oh good, this is a super cute page. Thank you, I love this page, I love this book. The only criticism I have about Leon's journey is I wish there were a few double page spreads. Yeah, I do kind of miss that. Because I do love a good double page spread, but I also appreciate the fact that these are smaller images in here, although for me, and how I work with pages and how I track pages, if I was to work on one of these spreads where it has the 4 quarters, or you know, one of these ones, and I just did one of these boxes to its entirety, I'm not going to consider the page complete until I do all 4 boxes. But it's going to feel like I've completed the page with 1 box, so that's going to be real interesting change of perspective for me. But yeah, I love a good double page spread, but I know not everyone does. So I can see this being a little bit more approachable for some people because it doesn't have as many double page spreads. But gosh, do I love a double page spread. Samsara, hello, hello, welcome in. Amy might as well just take our account. No, please do not give me access to your bank accounting details, because no. Look, I'm not going to tell you where to spend your money or what you're going to do. If you happen to see cool books on my stream and it's like, yes, I need to colour that book, I mean, I'm sorry and you're welcome. Neocolor is very easily available on Amazon. It is a very easy to access and wonderful book. The full book name is Neocolor Story of Precious Cats. Fully encourage it. But also, you're a grown adult. Make your own decisions. Please do not put yourself in financial difficulty. But also, it is a very glorious day when a new book turns up. But also, be a responsible adult. And also, Amy is not legally responsible for any of your purchases. Hands Amy my card, no regrets. You're just gonna wake up to like a bunch of new books. Both colouring books and reading books, possibly. Wait, I'm an adult? Since when? Since when? I hate to break it to y'all, because if you're not an adult, you legally can't be here, because you must be a certain age to have an account. So I hope you're all adults, or else I'm going to have to get out the mass ban hammer and be like, bye child, bye child, bye child. You can be children at heart. You can be legal adults who are children at heart, which is very much the vibes we go for here. We want a cutesy, innocent, glittery little bubble where we escape the world and just eat candy and play with kitty cats and look at sparkly things and go, ooh, rainbows. And be like, we don't go to work. You're back. I fell asleep last night. I was gutted. I'm glad you did get some sleep though, Zoe. You definitely need it. Kanoko does some of the best double page spreads. She really does. Yeah. That's a heck of a disclaimer. Hi, Billy. Welcome in. And Yaya, hello. Welcome in. Kia ora to everybody. I hope you're all doing well. It's really nice to be able to, like, I don't normally stream this late. It's nearly 11 p.m. here in New Zealand. I also need to make sure that the door is, because Mum might be going to sleep soon. So just give me a second to, like, make sure the door's a bit more closed, as much as I can close it. We're good. She's still watching TV. Because of the Ethernet cord to the internet, I can't quite close my door properly. So luckily her bedroom is at the other end of the house. Like, the lounge is at the very, very far end of the house. So we're basically on opposite ends of the house, where my bedroom and my art room / offices, like the office is at the very front of the house, and then my bedroom, then her bedroom, and then the lounge. So she's right now at the opposite end of the house. But when she goes to bed, she's going to be a bit closer, and the sound will travel down the hallway. So we will just have to be a little conscious later on when she goes to bed. But right now she's still watching TV, so we're good. We're good. Yeah. Don't mind me, just flipping through Kanoko's books, admiring the artwork. Good decision. Yeah, definitely. I feel that missing little creative buzz that I've been missing for the last couple of months since I started this today. Like, this started because for the last few streams we've been working on this introduction page, and I was like, I'm really vibing with this page. And then I just had this idea for the background for this page, and it just sort of clicked in me. And so we started this morning. It started yesterday basically, because I was hanging out with a friend with a phone call, and we were talking for like 4 hours last night, having a great catch up. And then yeah, I finished off the backgrounds for this page, and I was like, and then I started thinking about this one, and then I was hanging out in Zoe's stream, and I couldn't really sleep even though it was midnight. I just kept thinking about ideas and how I wanted to tackle this page, and then it's like I have those Neocolor 2s to play with, and yeah, it just kind of all clicked together. And so I did eventually manage to drift off and get a little bit of sleep, but when I woke up in the morning, I was like, it's not stream day, but I don't care. I am eager and excited, and I've got an idea. And then we did 6 hours this morning, and it just flew by as we did the whole background and the strawberry plant and the snowdrops, and it just worked and came together. It was like, yeah, so even though I had to stop for work and then for Wednesday night duties, after that all done, I was like, I just want to stream again. I want to keep on colouring on this page. I want to just do more. And it's been so long since I've had this like, I want to colour vibe. So it's great. So we're going to take advantage of it while we're vibing with it. Yeah. I'm colouring ice cream in the Mythographic Voyage. So Cadet Hearts full on. Lovely. That's awesome. Mythographic Voyage is a really cool one as well. I need to actually sit down and organise my mythographic shelf and put the books in production order so I can figure out which mythographics I'm missing, because I've almost got the full collection. I'm pretty sure I'm very close to the full collection. Like, it's at the point now with my mythographics that they are in their own section, because there's so many mythographics, and of course there's a couple of mythogorias at the end too. So I'd like to figure out which ones I'm missing and then potentially grab them, just to have like that full collection. And then I have to start working in all of them. Yeah. Beautiful page. I really love the background. Oh, yay, thank you. Background turned out really cool. I'm really pleased with the background. I do still want to pastelize it a little bit. I feel like the background's a little intense, and I think just bringing it down a touch will really help with the sense of depth if this is just a little bit more pastel. But that's actually something that'll be quite easy to do at the end, and we'll judge that once we've coloured in all the foreground elements and all of this white is gone, because that will be throwing off the colour balance as well. So once I get all this done, and like we have Shadow aka Leon coloured in black, and we have all the greens in, and all this white is gone, this might look a lot more pastel, but I have a feeling it's going to be too vivid. But it will be real easy to just tone it down slightly. So, yeah. So at least being an adult, you can stay up late and want to let someone let me alone. Don't call me an influencer. You know I'm not an influencer. After bed, then I see some good packages on my doorstep. Bro, you can get packages overnight. What's that like? You mean packages don't take 4 to 6 business weeks to get to you? You can get overnight? Oh my god. God, I would never survive if I could get overnight packages. Because I would be like such an impulse buyer, knowing that I could just like get what I wanted tomorrow. But yeah, Amy is living in 1980s because Amazon Prime. Oh goodness, yeah. Yeah, we don't have Amazon Prime here in New Zealand. So we barely have Amazon in New Zealand, let's face it. Half the stuff that's on there doesn't even want to ship to me. And people have tried. Yeah. So it's probably a good thing, because my god, impulse control is not my strong point sometimes, and I do a lot of mental health shopping at times, and yeah. Or I just get these ridiculous runs of Happy Mail, which I want to make them. I'm very freaking grateful for. There was such a run there for a while of so much Happy Mail, and it was just like absolutely mind-boggling, amazing, but also completely unnecessary. You do not have to send me Happy Mail. I'm just happy vibing with y'all and chatting with y'all. As somebody who has limited mobility and doesn't always get to get out of the house and to socialize and do things, like, this is honestly, when it's the right thing for my mental health, it is the best thing for me, and the best way to support me is just be here and chill and hang and chat and vibe and, you know, hang out. And then when it's not what my mental health needs, we don't stream. Yeah. And now you're on the TV, I retreated to the couch. I did that with you last night, Zoe, because I have a TV in my bedroom, so I put you on the TV. And then I had the chat on my phone, but it kept on like cutting out half the chat. It was so rude. I don't like YouTube on my phone, but that could also be my phone. It's a little gimmicky. Love you see you do a rank and rate for Myth Graphics. I did think about doing some of the rank and rates. I should do that for Kirby. I mean, I got it for Kirby, so we can definitely do Kirby, and I can give some very, very distinct opinions about Kirby, because I have done extensive colouring in all my Kirbys. So we can even include the Doodle Invasion Kirby. But yeah, I haven't coloured in all the mythographics, but I could do mythographics. What else do I have a lot of the series of, or all the series of? It comes in the big series. Obviously mythographics, like one of the biggest ones. I could also technically do a lot of Colouring Heaven, because I have a lot of Colouring Heaven. Again, I don't do a lot of pre-recorded video content. I do live streams. Live streams are my thing, and that's okay. I also don't want to put that pressure on myself to put out videos right now. I don't know, I like lives. But again, I know that's not everyone's cup of tea content-wise too, and that's also good. You do you. Rip to the bank account. Yeah. 7 new books, tattoo equipment. Oh, yeah. Part of me is like, I haven't been to a certain bookstore in a while, and sometimes they do get colouring books, and I'm like, but I've been getting less and less colouring books, so it's like, it might be nothing, but also I have no need for new colouring books. It's just the like, you know, there's something lovely about going out and buying something. I have no need to do so. I have no money to do so. I have not really that much desire to do so. It's just more the habit of doing so. It's like, I don't need to do this. I don't need to do it. But it is where I usually get my long books from, so I haven't got a couple of the newer long books because I didn't have them in yet, so. And I do really like long books. That's like Stratum Peterson and the A4 style long books. Really like them. They're good quality paper. Okay, I like how these are developing. So we're working on these flowers here. These are Grape hyacinths. So we're trying to sort of replicate this flower here. It's sort of the vibes we're going for. So obviously I haven't done any of like the little, here's some good technical terms. I haven't done the knobbly bits on the ends of the flowers, but that's what we're trying to sort of create the illusion of. It's not perfect, but I like how it's progressing. Whoops, that's the wrong one. Did I just press X? That was dumb. That was dumb. I was meant to press that, and instead I closed the tab. Luckily, it's easy to reopen the tab. Amy. Functional adult. Functional adult. How long Colouring Heaven take you? I would probably separate Colouring Heaven into specials and collections. Yeah, I don't know. Actually, I've got the colouring tracker open. Let's sort this. Let's go by Illustrator, sort column, A to Z. So we start at row 32. And we go down to row 90. So that's 59. I have 59 Colouring Heavens between the specials and the collections. And I think that's pretty evenly split. So I think we can say I have 60 Colouring Heavens. So it'd be 30 and 30. A lot of Stephen King is on audiobook perfection, and most local libraries give you access to free audiobooks as well. Absolute hack for you if you want to read some more audiobooks, and then you can do things at the same time. And a lot of libraries free audiobooks. Yeah. I'm currently working my way through Sunset on the Horizon. I was about to say the third Hunger Games novel, but it's not the third Hunger Games novel, but it's the third Hunger Games story. But it's not the original trilogy, you know? Right, we need a little bit more blue, I feel like. Because there's quite a bit of blue in these flowers, so we're just going to really amp up this blue a bit and bring it to a more periwinkle. I'm just going to lay it in some cobalt blue, and cobalt blue's got a little bit more green in it, but I think the green will actually sort of pop against the yellow and also still tie it a bit into the greenery around it. So, but cobalt's blue is still it's still a bit of a royally blue, but it does have a little bit of a green tone to it. It's not pure royal blue, but it's close enough to achieve what we want. Since we're just going to work in a thin glaze over the top. I should also bring you guys back in again, because I just realised we're really zoomed out. So I do that. Yes, also do look up trigger warnings. You should do that kind of with every book before you read it as well. Please do look up trigger warnings for books. Does the Dog Die is an excellent website with excellent trigger warnings. Keep yourself safe. It has saved my butt a number of times. Ooh, we need to be very careful there because we're about to work through the paper. I've done too many layers there. Not that I've done too many layers, sorry, I've worked too sharp of a pencil there and it's about to rip through the paper. But I've definitely done a lot of layers on these flowers. But also it's still layering, it's Polychromos. We're up to layer 6, 8, 10, 12. I don't know. I do a lot of layers. But yeah, a couple of these are starting to kind of go, hey, we're a bit layered out. maybe chill. That's the only issue I really have when I'm trying to colour in a book and I haven't got a base layer down, because I like making sure the colours are really, really, really vibrant on there. There's a lot of layers. Again, Polychromos let me layer up and glaze and tint and just build up those richness and tones, but you know, sometimes I want to do about 30 layers on something and the paper's a bit like, yeah, I was kind of tired 16 layers ago. Can we stop now? I'm like, no, more layers. More layers. Yeah, I am very aware the Green Mile is not a book for me, Cassie. Very, very aware. I had to study the movie in school. That was enough. Yep. I stick to funny, haha, cutesy, innocent, and I can listen to certain things. I mean, like, I've talked about before, Hunger Games technically hits on several of my triggers. It is a little easier with a book as opposed to watching the movie, because you're not visualizing it as much. I find books are a little easier for me, but I also go into these novels like preparing for it, and I will listen to it in small bursts, and then I also have things afterwards to look after it, and I will be very particular about it. I only do the Hunger Games ones because I do actually enjoy the series. I enjoy the world that Suzanne Collins has created. I really like the way that she builds on an idea. So like Sunset on the Reaping, I don't know, I called it Sunset on the Horizon before. Sunset on the Reaping follows the idea of how easily the masses are placated by the simplest of ideas, and like how the mass can be discontented, but yet the mass won't uprise when they technically could have the power because they're swept in the idea of someone else having the power. It's like how easily the masses are eased into making the unnormal normal. And it's a really interesting idea that is played around with, and that's what I really appreciate about Suzanne Collins' work, is she brings up some really interesting ideas. So I enjoy the world building of it, and that's why I do enjoy the series, even though it is very much trigger. So I just listen to it in small chunks, and focus again more on the world building and the lore. Yeah. I love Audible. I don't have Audible. I get library books. I get it for free, because why spend money when you can get it for free? Because beneficiary, which is, you know, government benefits. We survive. Just a piece of Marmite toast, but hungry. We are meeting friends at 2 for a meal, so don't want anything big. Nothing wrong with some Marmite toast, honestly. Marmite toast hits in just the right way sometimes. Okay. I think I'm happy with our flowers. I feel like we've got that good sort of bluey purple, and like we've brought this color down, which is what I wanted to do. I wanted to bring this down, so a lot of our flowers are going to be colored that brings another color across. For example, these little bow flowers here, they're going to bring the yellow across. Our little crocuses in the corners here are going to bring the pinks, purples down, and then our tulips that are here are going to bring this red up. So a lot of our flowers are going to bring colors around. So yeah, I really feel like we have got that sort of pinky purple blue. The music's louder? Okay, thank you, Zoe. I will turn that down. It is very possible, because it did go quiet earlier, and it was like super, super quiet, so I did turn it up. But that one, yeah, that one was peaking a bit. Let me know. I can always adjust if need be. I'm back in my Hunger Games obsession, as I recently watched Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I'm on the wait list at the library for the newest book now. Ooh, fingers crossed you get it soon, Jess. Yeah, I've got 2 more weeks on my hire out to finish it, so we'll be done soon. I'm about halfway through it. But yeah, I am enjoying it. There is a little part of it does feel a little fan servicey because of some of the characters that you meet in it. It feels like, oh, like you didn't have to use that character, but I also get why they're using the characters for the continuity of it. Yeah. So, yeah, that part I'm like, I think I would have liked more characters introduced to know more of the characters in this world, but some of the characters I understand. But I can also understand why they use those characters, so I'm not mad at it. It's just something I noted. I was like, Might actually get Sunrise on the Reaping on Audible if we wanted to read that. There you go. That'll use up a credit, and then you can keep earning them. All good, yeah. I'm so glad you could pop in. Please have a wonderful sleep. And hopefully we will catch you again another time. Hopefully I will have night spoons again and we will stream and do more late night streams. I was saying earlier, I do want to start having like one night stream a week, because I know then that it hits at a different time zone for everybody. So I would like to, like, I don't know if I really want to introduce another stream day, or if I just want to make it that, like, maybe on a stream day I stream twice, like I do the morning and the night after work, or I don't know. I've got to figure that one out, but it would be nice to do like a bit of a later night stream so it hits for different time zones. Yeah. Yana, what is going on? You are back. Yeah, I'm back. I'm going a little cray-cray today. I'm inspired, Yana. I must colour. I've never tried audibles, but mint be good. But might be a good thing while colouring. It is a wonderful thing while colouring, Jess. It feels like, if you're one of those people, I'm one of these people, that feels like they never get enough done in the day, but they've done a lot. Like, you know, look at what I've coloured today. I've coloured a lot. I can still look back on this day and go, I haven't done a lot. But because I was live streaming and colouring, it feels like two separate things. But it's technically been done at the same time. And that's how listening to an audiobook while colouring is, because it's like you're colouring and you're reading the book. You're listening to it, but you're still reading the book. So it's like you're doing two things at once. And it's like that, you know, that productivity of like, I did two things, but I actually did one thing and I just happened to do the two things at the same time. Like, you feel more productive while still doing the same amount of thing. And so that's why I kind of like it. Like, my overachieving self and my like type A, I need to get 2 billion things done today vibes person likes that, because I feel like I've done more than I have done. And again, there should be no reason for this pressure. Like, I don't have a reason for this pressure. Nobody's pressuring me to do this much stuff. I'm the one doing this, and I shouldn't really put pressure on myself. It would be more helpful for me to learn to accept a better level of productivity and recognize that, you know, it's okay if I do no colouring and no listening to audiobooks, because if I just choose to colour and don't listen to an audiobook, that's still a mental wellness activity, and it's still a good thing that I'm doing. And that's okay to do on my own. I don't have to listen to an audiobook at the same time to be uber productive, and then also have a Twitch stream up or a YouTube stream up because I also want to be in all the streams, and then I'm doing 3 things at once. Like, I don't have to put that level of productivity on me. Like, no, I don't need to do this. The healthy thing to do would be to go, I accept that I have just done colouring today, and that is enough, because that is mental wellness. But no, my overachieving ass is like, screw that, I'm going to listen to an audiobook as well. Right. think that'd be good for you, Jess, because you always have background noise on anyway. Exactly. Yeah. I got the streaming bug now. Tempted to do another one tonight. Oh, yes. Do it. Yeah, you can roll over your credits too if you don't get a book that month. Exactly. And if you have some of the other Amazon stuff, like you get extra credits and stuff too, don't you? Again, I don't have Amazon Prime and I don't have Amazon Video, so it's like, I don't do it. But I remember something about like it all being linked and you can get extra credits. I get them through my library app. It's free. It's just a bit of a wait. Which app are you using, Samsara? Because a lot of libraries also have access to 2 different audiobook apps. There's Libby and there is the green one. I use the green one. I like the green one. You're using Libby? Yeah, so these usually you can also borrow box. A lot of libraries access borrow box as well, which is ebooks and audiobooks. Because yeah, through my library I get both Libby and borrow box. So if I can't find it on one, sometimes I can find it on the other. I prefer borrow box. I don't know why. And half the things on borrow box are audible anyway. Like it says, this is an audible book. So it's like, no, I still have more than enough options with my books that I have. I think I'm good with my local library, honestly, because it's not like a New Plymouth, or it's like Lower North Island, so I also technically get Wellington. So I actually, like, there's a lot of options there. It's just sometimes there's wait lists for certain books. Like I went on the wait list for Sunrise on the Reaping for like 3 weeks, but honestly it's nothing. And I just get something else and listen to that in the meantime. Yeah. You have Audible? Love that, wanting to overachieve even in your hobbies. I will be the best in everything. No. Yeah, that's my brain. That's the 2 sides of my brain. These Amy is chronically tired and ill and really gives no shites. And then Amy is a perfectionist that must get 100% on every test and A++ on every test and must be the best at everything. And these 2 sides are consistently competing, and quite often the Amy is chronically tired wins because I'm tired and I don't care. But then there's still that perfectionism side going, ning, 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 ning. But this one gets very loud because she's tired and she starts screaming and goes, I want a nap. And then I'm like, I don't care. We're going to bed. We have BorrowBox but not Libby. Yes, we use BorrowBox. You need a library card and you get ebooks and audiobooks for free. Exactly, it's actually global. BorrowBox and Libby are global, so you get access to a lot. It just depends on region settings and stuff like that. But yeah, fabulous apps. Just have your library card and free audiobooks. If you are like me and you're on a limited income and you can't afford Audible each month, excellent way to get some audiobooks. And you can try out colouring with audiobooks or using them in everyday life without having to pay for audiobooks, which I'm always a fan of too. You know, the try before you buy mentality. But also, if you are not able to access audiobooks and like you don't have a library card or books don't appeal to you, podcasts is another great thing to have up in the background. And there's so many podcasts on so many different topics, and a lot of podcasts have a lot of episodes, so podcasts is another great thing. And there's a lot of, like, you can just use Spotify, Apple Music, and there are podcast players as well, but even YouTube has podcasting features now, so another great background noise generator. Also, Audible has good deals a lot too, like an audiobook for $5 if you want more than one a month. They have sales. Yeah, if you've got like the income for it, there are. And I know some people are saying too that sometimes you can get free books and stuff on there too. Like, you know, there's some great stuff on there. if you've got the income for it. If you don't have the income for it, there's also these options. If you want to try out before you buy, there's these options. It's me. I'm always going to give you a fabulous freebies option. To be like, cool, you can do it the paid way, but here's a free way. It's me. When am I not giving you like the, when am I not giving you like, here's an option. Yeah. I love going to the library. I've spent hours in there. The library is a magical place. I used to run a library program when I lived in the centre of town. So you all should know if you don't know. I am a DM for Dungeons and Dragons. I am a dungeon master. I am a big advocate of the game. I love tabletop roleplay games. And I used to run a program at my local library for teenagers for Dungeons and Dragons, but rather than just running a table and having people join the game, I ran the game, but with the intention of turning the players, which were teenagers, into their own DMs. And not every player wanted to turn into a DM, but I ran it with the intention of teaching them how to play the game and run their own stories and encouraging them to take over. And we had lots of little, basically we ran it as if it was like a team that had like a hub or a house that they looked after, so that different characters could come in and out. It was a magic house that rooms appeared depending on who was there. And we would take side trips and quests, and people would go to portals and planes, and that was when a different kid would take over and tell a story. I ran that for about 3 years, and by the time I left, we had 6 teenagers running their own tables. We had 4 teenagers that were also running games at home outside of the library. The program originally ran for 2 hours on a Sunday afternoon, and by the time I left, the teenagers were in there all day Saturday and all day Sunday playing games. And by the time I stepped away, the kids were running it themselves. They had 2 librarians helping them, which, funnily enough, the librarians were both called Dan, so we called them D&D. Dan and Dan, who were the D&D librarians. But yeah, they were around and they could help out, but the kids were running their own thing. We had one table that was actually playing Cyberpunk. We had one table that was playing D&D, but in a more like superhero type setting. We had a couple of classic D&D tables, and yeah, they were all telling their own stories, they were all doing their own thing, and it's still going strong. I got a message from the librarians going, they've taken over Wednesday nights now too. I was like, yes! They're like, yeah, school holidays are coming up, and they've already warned us that they want the library for the entire school holidays, and I'm like, do it, let them have it. They're like, oh yeah, we've already done it, they've already got it. So yeah, and it's great, and the kids are running it themselves, which was my whole goal when I first pitched a program to them. I said, my goal is to actually not run this program. They were like, really? And I was like, yeah, my goal is to make it so the kids run the program. And they're like, we love it, because it's all about the kids. Yeah. YouTube has audiobooks as well, and so does Spotify actually. Spotify has audiobooks now too, and they have a limit on how much you can listen to in a month, but you can listen to audiobooks on Spotify now, which is cool. Yeah. Oh damn. Okay, maybe not. But yeah, really fun. Kids are so fun for storytelling. I say kids, they were teenagers. Like, we had players from the age of, well, I had a 10-year-old join us one week, which was a bit, yeah, it was meant to be 13 as a minimum age, but I let them join for that week. I had a lot of requests to do a kids table too, but by the time I got the teenagers sorted, I was kind of, like, I wasn't doing well physically, so I was like, I need to step away from the program anyway. So I was like, if you want to do a kids table, you're going to have to either find another DM to run the kids table or look at doing it yourself, because the kids is a little bit more work and I don't have the capability anymore. But I do love running games for kids and teens, but kids in particular are amazing to play D&D and tabletop games with, because they have just such wonderful active imaginations, and the stories they come up with, it's just so good. Yeah, I wouldn't buy a book on Spotify. That doesn't seem like the way to do it. But even like the 15 hours you get as a member, it's not a lot when, you know, I could smash out a book a day if I'm just playing a book all day. So it's like, yeah. I was like, I ain't paying for your book service again. I get it for free. And I already pay for adless Spotify. So it is one, I do pay for adless YouTube and adless Spotify. And that's purely because of stream, but also Spotify, like if I don't have YouTube or Twitch going, and sometimes when I have YouTube and Twitch going, I have Spotify going as well. So I don't want ads every half hour when it's playing for 16 or 17 hours a day. And it's the same with YouTube because I'm watching a lot of YouTube videos, so yeah, those are my two subscriptions a month. I'm like, it'll do. Yeah, it's just not worth it. Audiobooks on Spotify is not worth it. So yeah, if I was going to pay for audiobooks, I would go to Audible, but again, I do it for the library. Amanda and the kiddos will be here tomorrow. At some point I need to do cleaning. Oh, good luck, Yana. Doing the adult things. Sucky, but gotta be done. Gotta be done. I think once you go YouTube Premium, you can't go back. It's my one luxury for myself. Yeah. I went Premium and I was like, yeah, I can't go back. But again, I also watch so much YouTube. It's like, it makes sense. Like, I don't have Netflix. I don't have Prime or Neon's another one that we have over here. But I don't have any TV subscription services. But I watch YouTube, and I watch a lot of YouTube, so it makes a lot of sense to me to have that one. Yeah, I think, so get up, probably play more. I've probably got YouTube playing like 10 hours a day, so, you know, definitely worthwhile. Hello, Shadow. I hear you. Are you EP? Are you wanting to go to bed? Are you meowing because I'm not in bed to cuddle you? You want to go bed? You're EP? Yeah, you're EP. You're so EP. So EP. Doing this. Oh, you baby. Hey, baby. Yeah, you're EP. You want cuddles? Oh my god, you still smell like cat food so badly. Yeah, you're so EP. You're not even trying to get on the desk. I say as you try to get on the desk. Anyone that hasn't met Shadow before, this is Shadow. YouTube more than anything else. I had YouTube Premium for so long, it was called YouTube Red when I got it. Yeah, I remember it was Red. I went Premium just after they started doing 2 ads before videos, which drove me crazy. Yeah, I did it for a month. I think it was after Perfection had talked about it, and I was watching so much and I was so sick of the ads, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. And I think it was after like ad blocker stopped working for YouTube too, and I was like, screw it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a month's trial. And like losing the ads was great, but the one thing I didn't realize that I use a lot, which I discovered when I ended the month and I went back to regular YouTube, was the mini player on my phone. Because the amount of times I'll have a YouTube video playing on my phone in mini form while I'm like playing a game on my phone or reading something on my phone, or again, it's that doing 2 tasks at once thing where I'll have a YouTube video playing and be doing something else, and it's like, ooh, I kind of need that. need the background playing. I need the ability to minimize this on my phone and still have it play while I do other things. So that was a big part of like, oh, okay. So that functionality is actually something I use a lot. Hello? You happy now? I'm sorry, but you can't stay there. I can go and put you on my bed. You're welcome to go and sleep on my bed. Are you here because you're like, I can't go to your bed because you're going to kick me off when you get in because your bed's a mess? Because my bed is probably a mess. Is my bed a mess? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You make me buy books. I make you get YouTube Premium. Yeah. Alright. Give me 2 ticks. I'm just going to move this guy to the bed and see if he's happy. Oh, come here. Don't be naughty. Oh. Baby. Baby. Yeah, he's jumped off the bed. I just heard him. And he's back in the room. So he also wants company. He wants me in the bed. But yes, the bed was not made. So he was also here to be like, why isn't your bed made? So I can go and sleep on the comfy blanket that I like sleeping on. Now I've got your cat here in my mouth. Where did you go? I don't know. Maybe he's given up and gone back to mum. Background play is such an essential. Yeah. Also, the ability to download videos if I'm going somewhere. Yeah. It's really good. Great for like if I'm traveling on the bus somewhere. It's like, I can still watch this. Ugh. I should have done that for when I was in hospital because I didn't realise. Like I knew you have free Wi-Fi in hospital, but they limit certain content. My own content gets limited in hospital, so it's not like my whole channel gets limited. A lot of colouring channels got limited, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. Because I knew from experience that, for example, Critical Role gets blocked. So a lot of D&D live play shows get blocked. And, it's not like kid channels, but a lot of things just kind of get blocked. So one type of video that plays is like model building kits or like time-lapse videos where people aren't talking. So if you had like a YouTube colouring channel where you don't talk and you're just playing music and showing a time-lapse of your colouring, then the hospital would have blocked it. But that has to be all your content. Like if you had any video where you talked, you were like, nah, restricted. Which is interesting. So I got a lot of videos that were just like time-lapse videos, which wasn't bad. It was good background noise while in the hospital. Luckily it wasn't there long. Mum just went to work and I say night night instead of goodbye. I mean, it is 1:45. Just saying. Just saying. Probably should go to bed at some point. Am I ready to go to bed? No. I want to keep doing my yellowy green leaves here. We do need to get some brown into them. I was about to say, are we playing the Christmas album? We are playing the Christmas album. At some point we must have looped around, or I must have restarted the playlist, because I thought we were deeper on in the playlist than this. Okay. We only play the Christmas playlist, or the Christmas album, in December. Rest of the year, I skipped that entire album. Do need to get some Van Dyke Brown into these leaves, just to deepen up some bottoms, make things a bit darker, add a little bit more contrast. I think what we'll also do, peppermint green olive. I think we're going to work a little bit of this into our leaves. Again, just to add in a little bit more depth. I was wondering how I knew the tune. It was the Jingle Bells. Yeah, it's got a very... I hear those bells and I'm like, oh, it's the Christmas album. Like, it's a very specific sound that is just quintessentially Christmas. So, as soon as I hear those bells, I'm like, yep, we're on the Christmas album. Goodbye. Unless it's December. And then it can play. There's a big reason why I go for this playlist, because it's so long. And it's just, like, good background noise. And I don't have to think, which is my big thing. I don't want to curate a playlist. I don't want to think. And I don't want to play copyright music or music that has... I don't want music that has lyrics. I want instrumental music, and there's enough changeable vibes in this playlist that kind of suits me. I like it. Christmas in July, true. But, nah. This may be one of the prettiest pages I've seen you do. Thank you, Yana. I am very pleased with it. The fact that it's like a rainbow glitter background helps immensely with that. I mean, it's meant to be bokeh, and it is kind of bokeh-y style, but it also reminds me of rainbow glitter, so it's making me very happy as a glitter girly. But yeah. I'm also just very pleased with how the foliage and stuff is coming out at the moment. The real test will be when we get to the end. But we've got a while to go yet. Again, I still have a sneaking suspicion we need to pastelize this background a bit more, but we will wait to the end just to like confirm that. So it is my sneaking suspicion that this background's just a little too vibrant, which that's the Neocolor's fault. It's too vibrant. Just trying to get along this bottom. It's very difficult. All right. So I want, where is my Van Dyke Brown? Oh, your nougat. There you are. Kind of want a coffee. I mean, I'm not going to tell you no, because coffee is food of the gods. Glorious, glorious nectar. And I did also just pour myself a cola at midnight, so you know. You do you. I love it when a page starts to exceed my expectations. Me too. And as I said, this is like the first time in a long time I've really sort of vibed on a page and just felt this colouring urge again. So that's also like, it's really helping me with my mojo. So it's even more wonderful for that reason. I just finished a monster. I almost pulled out an energy drink, and I was like, you're not having an energy drink at midnight, Amy. You're not doing it. You're not having an energy drink at midnight. And then my brain is like, but delicious. It's like, no, 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 no. And yeah, again, the other part of my brain's but tasty, tasty, bubbly, crispy, yummy. It's like, no, you do need some sleep tonight. But if I get no sleep tonight, I could colour all night and just think about how much colouring we could do. But if we get some sleep tonight, we could also colour tomorrow, and we could probably get more colouring done because we're a little bit more productive. But if you go to sleep, this little colouring craze that you're on might actually stop happening, and then you might not colour at all. Or things might happen tomorrow, and then you won't colour at all. I mean, that is true logic, and that is good thinking, but also if you don't sleep, you'll start to flare up, and then you definitely won't colour tomorrow. This is the arguments that I have with myself all the time. Like, that's my brain. Night, like all day, every day, I'm just arguing with myself. Do you have work tomorrow? Yep. Yep. Coffee is good and good for you, and after those around you, and those around you after the first cup. Very true, Yana. Yeah, that's my brain thoughts every night. And yeah, don't get the colouring done because I get sidetracked by YouTube. Yep. Yep. The little shorts, the little clips, the videos, and then it's been 4 hours and we've done nothing except watch YouTube shorts. It's like, this wasn't the plan. This was not the plan. Alright. A little bit of overlap there, again. I had the same issue here too, where my pencil was getting caught underneath, but that's okay. A little bit of an eraser and that will remove it. Easy solve. Right, so now what I want is Payne's Grey and possibly a little bit of dark indigo, because what we've done with all our plant matter is actually put like a little bit of blue and coal towards the bottom. Hello new Twitch follower, thank you so much. Yeah, so we want to deepen the bottom of this just to keep echoing that sort of, we've got a light source from up here and a little bit of shadow coming out from down there. Welcome to the Amy Show. Is Amy talking to us or herself? We'll never know. Why not both perfection? Why are you not also the intrusive thoughts in my head that I need to verbalize? Oh, the crinkle noise. Yeah. Could be extra crinkly if I pick up the baking paper too. I love crinkly paper noise. It's one of the reasons why I have no qualms like pulling out watercolors and stuff like that. It's great. That makes it follow. The power of intrusive thoughts. The power of the self-argument. Honestly, it's actually quite a good technique sometimes to verbalize that argument you're having with yourself. Because again, it's that thing of like you can be thinking it over and over in your head, but when you verbalize it, you are using different pathways, because like when you're thinking about it, you're using the pathways in your brains about thinking about the thoughts, but when you're verbalizing what you're thinking, you're using the oral connective pathways in your brain too, but you're also using the audio pathways. And then if you're like me and you're also someone who does the hands while they talk, you're also doing that, and you're bringing in movement and stuff like that. And because you're using so many more pathways, it gives your brain almost like more processing power, because you've got more areas of your brain that you're using to process these thoughts. So it can help you kind of work through things a little bit. So it sounds weird, but verbalize your thoughts because it can help you process. Yeah. Copy acquired. Time to do the finishing white. Paint pen details on the page. I love when you hit the paint pen stage. Oh, it's so special. Glorious, glorious paint pen stage. Lost all my brain cells. I'm looking for my phone. Oh no. I'm watching you on it. I legit did that earlier too. I was working and my phone was right in front of me playing a video. And then I stood up and it's like, uh oh, my phone's not in my pocket. Stood up, was feeling my, like, I was like, I don't have pant pockets. It's not in my hoodie pocket. It's not in my trolley. And I went over to the trolley and I looked in the trolley and I was about to go down the hallway, and then I heard, you know, the video that was playing on my phone. I was like, it's right in front of you. It's literally right there. Oh, such a classic move. Okay. So right now I've got dark indigo. I'm going to use that to cool down these leaves down the bottom here. Create that little bit of depth. Bring in a bit of that cool background as well. I have my earpods in. Oh, I'm glad you at least found your phone. Perfection, I am your phone. I'm right here. Don't forget about me. Love that Phoebe brings all the colouring supplies and we colour together. It's very good for her age. And he has colours too, but his little boy brain keeps him busy with other things too. Yeah. It's such a good activity for kitty winks too. I love colouring with my nibblings. I'm looking forward to when they're a little older and we can like really get in there and colour. But yeah, my nibblings love to colour. And I do let one of my nibblings, not all my nibblings, but one of my nibblings, who is the oldest of them, I do let them use my Polychromos pencils and my Prismacolor pencils and stuff like that, because from a young age, when I coloured with them, I taught them, you know, holding the pencil, putting pencils back gently, and explaining, you know, pencils break, and we would sharpen pencils together, like the cheap ones where the cores would fall out, and it'd be like, you know, this is why we look after our pencils. So the oldest one, which again isn't even in school yet, is very aware that you are careful with pencils, and so in turn can use like my pencils and be really quite gentle with them. Same with alcohol markers, actually. I've done a little bit of alcohol marker and colouring with them too. I used ink tints with them once too, and they were like, they thought they were really cool. So yeah, I do let them use artist quality supplies, which of course means like they go to other places and they use the pencils and they're like, they're not very good pencils, auntie. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, I've kind of ruined pencils for you. So yeah, the nibbling in particular that is very good with pencils was here on the day that the Color pencils arrived, the tin of 500 pencils. And they were just mind-blowing that there were so many colours, and they're still talking about the Color pencil tin and having 500 pencils. And they have a birthday coming up, but it's not quite appropriate for them in their birthday, and I've been told specifically not to give them more pencils because they have enough pencils. So it's like, okay, no more pencils, but in a couple years, like, if they're still going on about this big set of pencils, I don't know if it would necessarily be the 520 set, but I would like to get them like a 270 set or something of, like, just get them the big set. Yeah. Oh, that's really good, Yana. And it's good that she also respects your property as well and puts things back and stuff like that. I think that's the big thing too, like, my mum used to get a lot of comments with me as a child because I was that arty child. It was always known everywhere we went that, like, mum would just pull out her pencils, like coloured pencils and a pad of paper, and I'd sit there and I'd draw. And I'd be fine sitting there for hours while she was chatting with somebody. And a lot of parents were like, oh, she's going to draw all over the walls and stuff. She's like, Mum was like, no, she won't. She's trained to only draw on paper. And I did. I only drew on paper because from a very young age, Mum taught me when you're holding a pencil, you only use like paper. When you're colouring with felt tips, you only use paper. And so, yeah, I only coloured on those surfaces. And it was one of the things that a lot of people used to comment on is, wow, she really loves to draw, and wow, she will only draw on paper. It's like, well, yeah, I trained her to only draw on paper. So it's the same thing with, again, my nibblings from a very young age. As soon as they could start holding pencils and they started coming around here, I started colouring with them, I started drawing with them, I started doing arty things with them, and it was very clear, like, early on, we only draw on paper. And so, like, one of them, even before they turned 2, drawing away and only drew on paper. And they knew, and they only drew on paper. So, it is possible, you just have to be consistent with them. Imagine kids learning respect and towing what they're told. Wild concept today, yeah. Yeah. Hi there, see you're talking about going to bed. What time is it over there? It is nearly midnight. It is midnight. It's 11:58 PM. So we're about to hit that weird time where it switches to AM, so it's technically morning. It's about to be Thursday here. But kia ora. Based in Aotearoa, New Zealand, and it's very late. Is it a rayon? Rayon that lion? Rayon that line. I'm guessing it rhymes. I'm gonna go with rhyming. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Please correct me if I'm not. But kia ora, welcome in. We are working away on this gorgeous page. I have been loving colouring this, so much so that this is my second time streaming today because I was like, I need to get back in colour. I don't normally stream at this time, but I was just super keen to get back and do some more on this page. So that's what we've been doing. We've been working on these grape hyacinths, and I freaking love how they are coming together. So right now I'm just trying to use a little bit of Payne's Grey and a little bit of dark indigo to sort of cool down some of these bottom parts of the leaves, because there's a little bit of a gradient. The cooler at the bottom and the warmer at the top, as there's a bit of warm light coming down. So I'm just trying to replicate that by cooling the bottom part of the leaves with a bit of cooler tones, with some dark blue and a dark grey blue. Amy might be sleep deprived, but don't worry, she rambles during the daytime too. This is true. This is true. Things you consistently get at Amy streams: rambles, coffee, food talk, visiting the grocery website and comparing food prices, a cat, and then Amy eating. Yeah, these are pretty consistent at streams, and then occasionally we do colouring too. Grocery website took me out. Tell me that I'm wrong though. How many times have we been going on the grocery websites lately? It's become a thing. We just go and check out the grocery sites. Pronounce line that line, but I don't mind the pronunciation. Okay, I will try my best. I am also not good at English, and it's my native tongue, so I will do my best. Is it okay if I just shorten it to lion? Because also lions are beautiful creatures, and we're big cat fans here, and lions are just big cats, so would that be okay? If that's not okay, please feel free to say it's not okay, or you prefer your full name. It's only 2 PM there? Ah. And make us buy colouring books and supplies. But I don't make you buy anything. You are responsible for your own wallets. Even if you are talking about giving me your spending cups. Oops, sorry, 2 seconds. Sorry, I was just talking with Mum. Yes, you may. Thanks for asking. Thank you for communicating. It is important to me to try and pronounce names correctly, but I am aware that I am someone that does struggle a lot with names, so I do my best, but it's also important, so I really do try. So yeah, if I ever read your name wrong, or you know, I'm mispronouncing your name or something, always please feel free to correct me, because it's how I learn. I have a tendency to see spelling on screen and then mix the letters up and then read it phonetically, read it as it's written on screen instead of how it's actually pronounced. So sometimes my brain goes no and then just mixes all the letters up. So yeah, do my best, but also aware that it is something I do struggle with. So I'm never going to be upset if you say, hey, you are actually kind of butchering my name. And as somebody whose name is often misspelt or misread as Annie, or Anime War Dart is a common one. I'm often called Anime War Dart. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Amy made me buy it. I didn't even put Leon's Journey back on the shelf. It's still sitting on my desk to make sure it's next. Heck yeah, Yana. Which one are we thinking of doing next? I love lions. They're my favourite animal, as well as foxes. Good choices. My mum also loves lions. They're some of her favourite animals too. I am a mermaid at heart, so a lot of my favourite animals are sea creatures. Jellyfish I would probably say jellyfish are my favourite animal. and they're not like a traditional animal, but I love jellyfish. If I had to choose a land animal, I'd probably choose cats, and I know that's kind of basic, but I like cats. But yeah, I love sea creatures, and in particular I love jellyfish. And one day, I have not done it yet, but one day I will colour a page and I will perfectly replicate a jellyfish, and really learn to capture that translucency and that sheerness and the mixture of the opacity and the sheer and the jelly texture, and like one day I will do it. I have to find the right image to colour, or I would have to draw my own jellyfish, because a lot of books don't really draw jellyfish the right way for me to colour it the right way, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of them stylize jellyfish. It's hard to draw something that is translucent by nature. Like, I'm not gonna fault them for this. It's hard to draw something that is translucent. It's hard to colour something that is translucent. So, but yeah, one day I'm gonna do it, and I might have to draw my own jellyfish just to do it, but one day we're gonna do it. Both of the pages I'm currently doing right now, Yana. I do really like starting with introduction pages like this, and like, especially because again I want to keep my colors consistent. So yeah, I think starting with the introduction page is a really great page. But then I really love this one too. I'm so glad I jumped to this one. But yeah, I'm also still tempted to do another page. Just carry on in the book. I'm so happy with the two I've already done, and I might as well go in order at this point. Yeah. Meerkats are your favourite animal? Not bees, as some may think. I wonder why, colouring Bumblebee. People might think the Bumblebee is your favourite. Yeah, I think, like, it also depends on the day, but, like, I like different animals for different reasons. But, like, colouring animals is also a different approach to, like, what are my favourite animals. I really like red pandas, but, you know, I kind of got to cuddle with one at a zoo, so they're also, like, kind of cool in that sense, because, you know, it's a red panda and it's that memory. I like snakes because we don't have snakes here in New Zealand, and I got to hold one when I went to Australia, and it was so cool because we don't have snakes in New Zealand. But yeah, every, like, jellyfish, I always go back to jellyfish. I just think jellyfish are absolutely fascinating. Octopus are pretty cool too. Turtles are cool too. There's some like weird shrimp and some like really funky weird stuff under the sea, and I don't know, I just find under the sea fascinating. So the majority of my favourite creatures are critters under the sea. And that's why I also like colouring ocean pages, because it deals a lot with the animals that I like. But again, I also know that a lot of people don't like colouring ocean stuff, and that's valid. But if I have to like choose a land creature, I'm probably going to choose cats. And again, I know that's basic, but I like colouring kitties. I like colouring bun-buns. Bun-buns are cute too. Alright, just cleaning up that bottom of the page. Yeah. Also, like, after looking at the blue frog that we did for Leon, I think frogs could be pretty cool, because frogs come in a lot of wild colours. So I think, again, it's still kind of amphibious. So it kind of crosses into that water creature, but it's not really. But it kind of is. It's an amphibious reptile. But, you know, frogs are cool. Frogs come in a lot of wild colours. I love kangaroos, but I'm not getting kicked down. Kangaroos are insane. Like, they are so strong. But the fact, like, kangaroos are just like, when you consider other animals as well, like, you know, it's like little baby furball, little baby furball, bigger baby furball, furball, giant kickboxing machine that carries its own pocket. Like, furball, boxer. It's like, how does this work? How does this come together? I've been captured by wombats. They are so cute. Yes. Oh my god, like, so my Instagram is kind of at a point with my feed where it shows me colouring videos, and then it shows me cute animal videos until the nibblings come along and play on my phone, and then everything gets ruined, which is how I'm currently seeing Lego and Minecraft all up my Instagram feed. Because reals. But for a while there, I was just getting video after video where it's just the cutest, fluffiest little bunnies, and then nibbling away on like strawberries or pieces of apple or like a piece of carrot. And they're just coming up and they nibble, 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 and it's so cute. And I'm just gonna go, so cute, so cute. Recently, I've been loving capybaras. They're so funny. I asked Jess the other night if I was allowed one as a pet, and she said no. Aww, yes. I would love. I would love to have a giant fish tank. I've always said I would love to have jellyfish. I find them absolutely hypnotic, but they do have some very specific care requirements, and I don't know enough about them. I would also love to have a turtle. I would, if I, again, dream house, winning the lotto, dream house, I would have a massive aquarium tank, and I would have a lot of sea creatures in it. It would take, you know, there's some very specific care requirements, but also if you get the right creatures in there, it can also become a self-cleaning and it can look after itself and be self-reproducing in its biome. Yeah, so I would love to have a massive tank. That would be very cool. But no. I did think about getting one in my old apartment, but my old apartment got all day sun, and I had absolutely nowhere except for my hallway, which was only just wide enough for my walking frame, so I couldn't put it there without impeding my ability to leave the apartment. But there was legit nowhere in the apartment that I could put a tank where it would not get direct sun for several hours, if not the majority of the day. It was a very sunny apartment, which was great to live in, but it did produce issues if I wanted to have a tank, because I did think about trying actually getting a tank and having a couple of fish, because I think they're really neat. Again, as long as you get an appropriate sized tank and you're looking after it, and you have to really look after the environment to make sure they keep healthy and stuff like that. But yeah, for me, it was just like, there's nowhere in this apartment that I can't, that would be safe to keep them. So yeah, they are. Saltwater fish tanks are so expensive, so expensive, but yeah, and a good reason for it too, because you need the right environment, but also getting the different bits and pieces, because it's not just getting fish and putting them in a tank. You have to get the coral, you have to get the right sand, you have to make sure that the salt levels are correct, and then you have to get if you get certain types of snails and certain types of seaweed, they'll produce the right chemicals to produce the right texture to the water, which means then the snails will eat, which will then take away certain bacteria in the water, which will keep it healthier for the fish. You have to kind of balance all these different parts to keep it all together, and it's a lot. You basically have to be a scientist. Yeah. But yeah, I would love to have a giant fish tank. But again, I mean, if we're talking winning the lotto and having the dream house, we'd have two separate houses side by side, so that Mum could have her house, but then I could have my house, and then Shadow would come to my house, and I could also have additional cats, but they would be at my house, and Mum could still be like, oh, these kitties running around, but the kitties wouldn't go in her house, and therefore she wouldn't get the allergies of having kitties, but still having kitties around because she loves cats, but she shouldn't be near cats because of her allergies. So that would be the ideal. But again, we're talking dreams here. Right, so I think I'm happy with that grape hyacinth. The leaves are a little bit more yellow than our reference, but if you look at some of the top parts, there are some very specific yellow areas. So I think it kind of picks up on the yellow, but it also gives us a really good difference in tones, because we've got this real yellow green, we've got a green, and then we're going into a real blue green. So we've got various greens in here, it means when I come up here, I can go for that more middle green or even like a cooler green or something. I'll avoid the yellow green though. Or I could go for the complete opposite and go really yellow. But we've got a little bit more brown and stuff in this one, so it just gives us a bit of a different green. And I like that breakup of it, and then I like that really big pop of purple in there. So I think I'm pretty pleased with that. So next we have, I'm going to officially close Grape Hyacinths. Yay, one more tab down. So we have 3 more flower sets to go. I think we're going to work with the bow flowers because there's not many of them, but also I think bringing across a little pop of yellow to here will be quite important because it'll help us balance out the greens as well. And there's not much of this plant, so we should get this one sorted and then we can work on the others. So again, for reference, this is what we're going to take inspiration from for these flowers up here. So we're going to do this beautiful bright yellow, and again that will work really well for bringing across this yellow that's down here over here. So again, it's bringing those colours around the page. And once again, I have zoomed out again, so I can bring you right in. Now, it's going to be a little awkward to work on because of where it's at, so we'll do the best we can. Alright, so I have a couple of yellows on the desk. Now, I'm not going to use the zinc yellow, which is a yellow with a bit of the green undertone. I'm going to try and stick to the more pure yellows. We can bring in some zinc if we need to, but I think I want to try and bring in more golden yellows. More extenders. Never enough extenders. Yeah, we'll do a little bit of this and then judge how we're going. All good. Alright, so same sort of deal. Got the shadow in there. Have to blur out these stamen colours too. Oh, excuse me. Oh, maybe we're actually getting sleepy. Or is that just Amy yawns yawn? I'm not entirely sure. I just kind of want to create a golden yellow. So we're starting with that, working very lightly. We can always layer in more. Come on, phone. You can cooperate. Not that hard, phone. honestly. Phone is so awful sometimes. No, wait, I'm gonna have to love and leave you. Thank you for another stream. All good. Thank you, Zoe, for being here. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit more, but I think we will head to sleep soonish. Not like next 10 minutes soonish, but we will be heading to bed some point. We will go to bed tonight, basically. But thank you so much for being here. It's wonderful to have you here, as per usual. Always appreciate when you can pop in. Actually, Jess mentioned that she was thinking of streaming, so I wonder if she's actually going to stream, because we could do a little choo-choo train over there. She's decided she is going to stream. Right, I need to pull out another yellow, because we need more. We need more. More. Feels like it might have a bit of a broken core. Yep. How did I know? Ooh, that is chewing it up. Let's try this one. Elizabeth, hello. Just woke up. Just started feeling under the weather when I woke yesterday. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. Hope you feel better soon. Welcome back in. I think I will stream from about 7:30-ish. I'm using that's British Standard Time, so let's just do a little conversion. Come on, keyboard. Ooh! GHT to NZT. 6:30 AM for me. So, in basically 6 hours. Okay. 6:30 AM. There's possibility. We could be awake. We may not be awake, but we could be awake. Hey, KFC for dinner. My tummy isn't happy with me. Oh no, perfection. I haven't had KFC in forever. Mum and I went and got some like about 6 months ago. She was like, oh, I really feel like it. I haven't had it in forever. I was like, actually, I haven't had it in forever. Could be a nice treat. And we got some, and I just wasn't impressed. It didn't have the flavor. It was just like bland, but salty. And yeah, I was just like, where's all the spices? Where's all the seasoning? Just felt bland. So yeah, we didn't actually enjoy it. We haven't had it since. Like, I'd rather... There's a bakery down the road that does hot chicken, and honestly, it's better than KFC. So, if we decide we want chicken, we just go down there. Oh, I'm excited for you, Jess. I will try, again, but, you know, we all know how time zones go. If I'm awake, I'm awake. If I'm asleep, I'm asleep. But if I'm awake, I'll join. But if not, I'll catch the replay, because that's what replays are for. I did have pizza for dinner, though, because we've been talking about pizza in so many streams, and I decided it was pizza time. And it was yum. I kind of want to have another slice. Like, I quite like cold pizza as well, so kind of like want another slice. But now we're getting into like, I don't need to eat it this time, but it's because I'm awake at this time. Yeah, I love also cold leftover pizza, so. Oh my god, it's almost been 3 hours already. But also, look how much we've done in 3 hours, because we got the whole hyacinth plants done, so that's pretty awesome. Time flies, I tell ya. Time flies when you're vibing on the page. I need to stop doing the colouring like this. I've got such a bad habit of doing it. I'm trying to get better, but it's also still my instinct, especially when the pencil's small, to do that, so I need to get better at doing pinch grab instead of that grab. Yeah, it makes a difference too, eh? So yeah, you can start to see with the yellow over there that we're starting to bring the yellow across a little bit. And because this yellow's more brighter, it's also making that look a little bit more pastel, which might actually help also lift that back a little bit. It's already 10:30 PM there. What the frick happened to time? Yep. That's what I'm like too. It's like, what the frick happened to time? It's 12:30. It's 12:30 at night, but also easy enough to do. Time flies, I'm telling you. Time flies when you're enjoying what you're working on. Oh, that's better. I've been feeling that build up a little bit. Oh, that's better. You know when you've been feeling like a sneeze tickle in your nose? And it's like, I need to sneeze, but I'm not ready to sneeze? It's been sitting there for like 20 minutes. And still absolutely hurts when I sneeze too, by the way. So there's probably shadow here. It's probably what irritated me. I need to self-care, but it's too cold to move. Yeah, you need to self-care though, hon. You do need to. Just move really, really fast. It will help you warm up. Bless you. Thank you, Lisbeth. How are you going? How are you working on your page at the moment, huh? Are you working on your mermaid, or are we working on something else, or are we not working on anything? Which is also a valid answer. I still freaking love how this page is working. Like, still absolutely loving how this page is coming together. I am getting a little bored of the flowers. I'm starting to get there. I'm bored of flowers and want to colour something else mood. And this is one risk of this page because it's a lot of flowers and I'm not a flower girly. So we'll just try and get these ones done, and then maybe we can try and look for some interesting leaves. Or I mean, I feel like these are probably the most boring flowers of them all because they're just plain yellow. At least like the tulips and the crocuses, we're going to be doing some colour blends, and there's a little bit more intrigue in those flowers. Like these yellow ones are the most plain, but they're also kind of necessary. Get that good pop of yellow in there. Alright, let's finish this one and then let's get up and have a slice of pizza because I'm cold. Not cold, I'm hungry. Not really hungry, I'm just like a little peckish, so. Get another flower done and then we can have a slice of pizza. Just have a little snacky snack. And we'll carry on. Yes, absolutely do brush your teeth. It is very, very important. As long as this energy spike carries on, Yana, I might do bonus streams. Like, as I was saying earlier, I'm feeling a little... Manic is the best way to describe it. Like, I'm on a very much a high right now, and I'm like, yes, must color, and it's like, must stream. I could have started on a new page to keep separate from stream, but I wanted to work on this page. So it was like, okay, well, I have to stream because I want to keep streaming this page and I want to show the process of this page, and I know some of y'all are wanting to see how this page progresses as it progresses, so I have to stream it to work on it, and I want to work on it, so that means the streaming. But yeah. But yeah, as long as the mascara vibes are going, we'll take advantage of it. Because then maybe we can find a colouring mojo again and we can get a bunch done, and yeah, it'll be good. Be nice to just have completed pages again. Also need to make sure I update my colouring tracker because I haven't written anything down for a bit, so need to update that. Oh, also might need to blow my nose by the feel of it. Okay, that's a little better. Not quite there, but a little better. A little breathable. A little less snippy sniff. I do that sometimes as well, when I'm working saying that it's consumed me with joy. Yeah, it's a good way to describe it. Consumed with joy. It's very much how I feel about the page. I'm just very, very pleased with how it's coming together. But as I said, there is a risk because there is so much flowers and plant matter on this page. I might get to a point and be like, I'm so done. But hopefully we can ride it long enough to get through. And then it's like, can I find another page to work on that will bring me as much joy? It maybe isn't as much plant matter. But then, of course, the one that I'm looking at also does have flowers. But at least it's only one type of flower. Or maybe it's two. Some cute Halloween pages in here too, by the way. Just saying. This one. The smell box one. Yeah, no, there's a few different types of flowers. And the birds that I have to figure out. I don't know. I don't know. I think I just like that one, so like I could do this background again. Okay. You got just a few more yellow flowers and then the stalk. That one. A little bit more yellow with a touch of the brown. With its Naples yellow. Technically lives in the tan fan, but it's a little bit more of the yellow fan. And then we've got the light cadmium yellow. Just our bright yellow that goes really over everything. Just brightens everything up and warms everything up. And then we have our cream for our highlight edges and just to smooth out any last little areas. And we start cleaning up and deepening. Get a base layer in and then define from there. Looks like the rain clouds are cleared away and there's sunshine and blue sky. Fabulous. Love to hear that. Okay, yeah, I'm really starting to feel EP now, so we will finish off these flowers and then we will call it, because I'm starting to feel the sleepy sleeps, but we got another 3 hours in and I'm very glad about that. I still want to finish off these yellow flowers though, so we've still got a little bit to go, but yeah, once these flowers are done, I'm calling it for a night, just to give everyone a bit of a heads up, but we'll finish off these flowers first. Yeah, I'm getting to the point where I'm not ready to go to sleep yet, but I am ready to just go and lie in bed. I think that's where I'm at, is it's just like we're starting to get a bit like, yeah, I need to just go and lie down for a while, which makes sense because I've kind of been at the desk all day today. Like literally I came out here at 9 o'clock to start streaming. Streamed until an hour before work, which I did go and lie down on the bed for, so 9 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. and then at 4:30 p.m. I was back here, and now it's past 12:30, like literally all day at this desk, so I think it's time for a little bit of verticality. Did a solid amount. Oh yeah, I'm definitely pleased with how much we got done. Like we got the whole grape hyacinth flowers done, we've got the yellow flowers done, and the yellow flowers are going to be the most, as I said, they're going to be some of the more boring flowers because they're basically plain flowers, so I knew these flowers would be a bit more like and they're done. I mean, I've still got all the stems and stuff, and leaves aren't exactly exciting, but you know, this is good. And I like that little pop of yellow coming across too. Well, I say little pop, it's a very intense pop of yellow with a little bit of brown as well. But I like how that's coming across now. Yeah, it's a good amount to get all that done and to get those done in 3 hours. I'm happy with that progress. Yeah, now I'm pleased. I'm still really loving it. Getting a little over the plants now, but I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and we've done the boring flower. Still got that, still got the leaves, which is, ugh, I'm dreading those leaves. But we've got the fun tulips and the fun crocuses. Then we get the butterfly, and then we get the kitty, which is going to be the best part. And the kitty I'm looking forward to, which is why we're leaving it till last, because it's the thing I'm looking forward to the most. So if I leave it till last, it's a reward. But yeah, I think that's a really good place to sort of call it for the night, because, you know, it's 1:45 here, so I think it's bedtime. I think it's bedtime, or at least go and rest in bedtime. So yeah, just a small little carry on stream, but with the 3 hours we did earlier, or not 3 hours we did earlier, with the 6 and a bit hours we did earlier, and the 3 and a bit hours we've done today, we're verging on nearly 10 hours of work today. Like, and that's everything on the page, 10 hours of work so far. So that is a good amount of progress. So yeah, I don't know if we will be back. I was about to say tomorrow, but today. Yeah, in 8 hours or so as a regular stream is like 9 a.m. and that's usually when I start day streams. So in 8 hours, if I am awake, caffeinated, and feeling like it, we may carry on. We may not. I will see how I feel. I may give myself a break from streaming tomorrow. I may just get motivated and be like, wake up, nope, I need to carry on colouring. We'll see. I don't know. But definitely in 8 hours plus a day is 9 a.m. on Friday. And it's a regular stream time. So we will be definitely back at that time. And if I haven't, by some crazy miracle, gotten the spoons to stream all day and finish this page tomorrow, we'll carry on with this page on Friday. So either way, if you don't see me later on today, you'll see me tomorrow. But yeah, I appreciate you all being here. I appreciate all the love and support we're getting on this page. I hope some of you do try out the technique for the background. It was really easy and it's meant to be messy, so I think it's a good one to play around with. I really hope it goes well for you, Perfection. I would love to see how it goes. It's a lot of fun. So if you want to see how I did the background, watch the earlier stream. The first hour and a half or so is basically the background. Hour and a half to 2 hours to do that whole background. Smush colours together, smush paint pen on top. But yeah, appreciate you all the araha your way. You're all good colouring Bumblebee. I presumed you were doing something. And that's kind of right. I'm glad I could be the background noise while you did the things you needed to do. But yes, all the araha to you all, and hopefully we'll see you again on another stream. And take care of yourself. Have a wonderful rest of the time, and yeah, I'll catch you next time. Bye. That's not my button. I'm so prepared. Now we'll press the button. Bye.